Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This is Football. Welcome to episode 8 of the A-Listers. And ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be one long-ass show. You know how this is going to be one long-ass show? 3 of the 5 A-Lister teams have lost their games this weekend. Ah, Lord have mercy on my soul, bro. What can a man even say? And you know, we're out here. We've got a lot to discuss. We've got a lot to talk about. Before I get into it, whether you're watching us right now or on the replay, please do not forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do so. Every single person right now or on the replay, please don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe to This is Football. Keep letting me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And there's a guy who's usually as in 99% of the time, on the bottom row of these videos. And for the first time, probably maybe since game week 1 or possibly game week 3 when they beat Wimbledon, he's actually going to be on the top row today for the first time in a while. So joining us on the channel, ladies and gentlemen, is none other than the man who just come back from beating Fulham 2-0. Of course, man like Lewis is in the building. How
We
you doing,
are
Lewis?
back. Let's go, people. Not even on the bottom row. We were called up first. Because Sam, what was it you said on the last stream? You better beat Fulham. Said you better beat Fulham. Aye. We beat Fulham. We're going to have some very uncomfortable conversations about some comments you made last week on A-Listers about how you were going to beat Liverpool and how you're going to show us how a real team handles Spurs. It's all mad. But guys, 2-2. We scored three goals in the last 2 games. We might be back, people. We might be back. Big up to everybody that's locked in. Hit the like button, subscribe. We have waited ages for times like this. West London is ours. London is ours. You guys already know what it is. Hit the like button, subscribe, just like Mudrik and Brozier did. And let's go.
We're going to stay in the city of London, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'm here. Listen, we're going to stay in the city of London because I can't lie, all the teams from the north lost. So introducing next on the panel, he won. They beat Bournemouth comfortably by 4-0, ladies and gentlemen. It was a comfortable win, we have to be honest. They beat Bournemouth. They slapped them, as I predicted, even on Al Ahwa prediction show. Joining us on the channel, representing Arsenal, here to not give Lewis a headache this week, because Lewis won, so he can finally have a day off from handling Egal. Of course, the man himself, man like Egal is in the building. How are you doing, Egal, man?
I'm doing good, man. Another win. We're still undefeated in the league. You would have thought we lost the way people were talking about us last week, but no. And you know what? Kai Havertz getting on the goal, Bukayo Saka getting on the goal sheet. And the best part about it, people around us dropping points, making it pushing us up to second in the table. We got a big couple games coming up this week, so I'm excited. Let's get the show started. And by the way, to the people I rattled last week, the Tottenham fans, you guys are so gassed. You're not that good. Stop gassing yourselves up.
Waves, are you in the chat? Let me know. Also, joining us on the chat. You know what I love about this guy? When he came on Al Ahwa 2 days ago, he's like, "Oh, nothing new to me. I'm always on the bottom row anyway." Last week he was on loan to the top row. He was like, "Lewis, I moved on to bigger and better things." Lo and behold,
bigger and better things where, bro?
Yeah, don't forget that, Lewis. When we get to the United section, don't forget that. Don't forget that. Of course.
I thought you could outgrow us, bro. What is this?
Out of 7 episodes relating to the Premier League in A-Listers, he's been on the bottom row for 4 of them. So here to make it 5, man like Staffy. How you doing, Staffy, man?
If I was an NBA team, I'd be tanking right now because I'm under 50%. Under 500. Lewis, I came to visit you. They told me you left. If I knew, I would have came to the bottom row. But listen, I know you guys think I'm here to represent United today. I'm actually here to represent Spurs because my brother Jacob couldn't make it. So I do actually have 3 points this week. But yeah, I'm here. I'm here to talk about Spurs. I'm not here to talk about United, guys. I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Oh yeah, good luck with that.
Asami can put me in the top row now. You know, I know we spoke about it before the show. You can just put me in the top row right now. But yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Anyway, so
finally, last but not least,
with that.
Ya Leila, Zarra, this guy is gonna be on the bottom row for the first time. For the first time. Fernandinho from Wish, ladies and gentlemen. Fake Brazilian himself.
That's us moving up from the bottom row, bruv.
Yeah.
Top row gang. Let's
He made
go.
it into a sticker as well. You can use it as a sticker now. The Korean guy dunked on him as per Pep Guardiola, of course. Hwang Hee-chan is the reason why they lost to Wolves 2-1. Of course, joining us on the channel, treble winner, shamelessness exemplified in a human being. Man like Hamza is here. How are you doing, Hamza, man?
Oh, can't believe it. I'm not used to like you guys. You know what I'm trying to say? My life is different. Always I'm chilling, I'm relaxed. Yeah, I'm eating good. I come here. Yeah, I'm enjoying. Wallah, I come here, put my feet up. I'm drinking water, smoking Egal, smoking Staffy. Lewis is every week. So Lewis, I've already even planned. Even before the play, I've already written a list.
Yeah, you're gonna have to change that script up this week, bro.
Yeah,
where are
those notes at?
We back up. We back up.
I've not slept. I can't believe. I woke up. I was like, can't believe I lost.
It's not easy.
Hamza, I'll show you around the bottom row. I'm used to this.
I'm not staying here too long,
I can't wait
I'm
to hear the pile of excuses.
I'm not staying here.
I can't wait to hear the pile of excuses from Hamza.
Lewis's room is available. I'll show you around the guest room for now. Until Lewis is back, you can use his room.
I'll be back
one day. I booked it one day. I'm off.
Man just said, I'll show you around the bottom row.
I'll show you around.
Oh
my God. Big up to Fatur who says 3-point collectors here move in silence. Big up to you, Fatur. I saw your picture, you know. It got made into a WhatsApp sticker. Stuff is too quick with these stickers, man. Any bad picture of you and it's a sticker within 3 seconds. So got to give credit to Staffy for that one. It's a sticker already. Someone let me know if Waves is in the chat. Big up to you, Fatur, Habibi. Thank you for the super chat. Big up to Abu Bakr says, Hussam, you need a haircut, man. I don't think I need a haircut. My hair is good.
Let him grow his hair.
Yeah, let me grow my hair, bro. Blood, winter is coming. Yeah, winter is coming. In the winter, hair makes you, you know, heat up. I will grow my beard further, but I will just cut off.
I cheer for United. I have nothing more to heat me up than more than my team. I'm always hot. Don't worry.
Hey, that is also true. That is also true. Winter Services, Sam, get the 6th person so you can be bottom row. If Spurs,
some should be here.
Okay, let me say something. If Spurs are in the top 3 by the end of December, we'll add a member of the Spurs fans to the A list. How about that? I'm gonna give you guys an offer, never announced again. But the reality is,
now win a trophy first,
or actually win a trophy first.
Something.
You know what, Winter Surfer? Lewis made the correct thing. Win a trophy first. How can I respect you without trophies? I'm sorry. Anyway,
A-list when you ain't won anything. You ain't been A-list in anything. Come on, man.
That's a fact. So there's only one place to start because Staffy said his head is hot. Before we do, make sure you're liking and subscribing. As Lewis said, there's already 300 people in here. We ain't even started yet. So make sure you're slapping the likes. Make sure you're subscribing. Hit the share button. Share it everywhere. Retweet the tweet if you haven't already. There's only one place to start. I had to inquire about this just to make sure. But there is indeed a city in England, because you know how sometimes the name of the team is not related to the name of the city. Like, you know, Aston Villa is the city is Birmingham, you know. So I'm not that aware of UK geographics. So I asked my friends to help me out, and they did tell me that Wolverhampton is actually a city, you know.
Yeah.
So that's the place we're gonna travel to first. And for the first time in A-lister history, Hamza is gonna speak last.
Hey.
There's only one guy to start the city section. Egal, the floor is yours.
Bro, guys, I want to know, did you guys go back and watch the game? Because I went back and I sat there, matched the day, and I was watching, and because the game happened same time as mine, and I just wanted to know, how did they stop Erling Haaland? How did they stop City? How did they do this win? How did they catch City in a moment of vulnerability? And I looked at the team and I seen Kopish, Nunez pivot. I was like, that doesn't look like City. I looked at their bench and then I started seeing NPCs. I'm like, what? City don't have a strong bench today? And then I looked at their injuries. I'm like, oh, that's why Hamza's going to start blaming it on injuries. But no, tell me how. Ballon d'Or candidate, the best striker in the world, as Hamza says, the best player in the world, as Hamza says, got stopped by Craig Dawson. Guys, Craig Dawson, 33-year-old Craig Dawson, man-marked Erling Haaland out of the game, completely shut him down. The guy single-handedly was following him around the whole time. And Erling Haaland left the game with one shot. I know, Staffy, you love to bring out stats. To be honest, this is a shocker from Erling Haaland. And guys were saying it for a while. Erling Haaland.
My stats are either positive or negative, Egal, so you can go ahead and do what I usually do. Go ahead.
Yeah, there you go. I didn't want to take your shine, but there you go.
No,
but then when it comes to Hamza, what is he going to do? He's going to be shameless. He's going to sit here and say, oh, it's injuries. No victim mentality here, bro. You can't do that. You say it every week. What else does Hamza say? Oh, we can't surrender possession. Yes, you didn't surrender possession, but guess what? They didn't need possession. They didn't need possession. They just counterattacked you. You had 23 shots. Bro, you had 23 shots. Do you know who Wolverhampton Wanderers are? This season, what have Wolverhampton Wanderers done? Currently 15th. They've only had one win and one draw the whole entire season. And you couldn't break them down. Bro, they've conceded over 13 goals. You only could score one goal. And you think this team is going to be taken serious. Without Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, you guys today showed that you guys are exposed. Your midfield and your depth is not as much as you thought it was, because previous City teams, they would weather the storm even with injuries. For you guys to already have lost a game, when you guys were having one of the best starts, 6 wins in a row. This team is unbeatable. You guys were talking about doing 4P invincibles. You could still win a 4P, but hey, it's not invincibles not happening. And Hamza, I just want to know the laundry list of excuses you're gonna have, because you were talking to me last week about Tottenham. You're talking to me about Fulham. Guess what? I never lost a game yet. So I want to know what you got to say, but we'll let these other guys speak first.
Lewis, since you are a winner, talk to Hamza. Talk to us about Man City losing to Wolves, the Korean guy, last minute goal and that.
I expected better from Man City, just poor errors in moments that cost them the match, and they couldn't break down the low block, which was very surprising. Obviously, we're not going to jump to too many conclusions with it being Man City and everything, but I did expect better, and it seemed very sloppy from them. Ake struggled with Petro Neto in the first half. Second half, they just looked a bit predictable. And I never really say that about Manchester City. They look predictable, though. We'll see if it happens in the next few games. Like, we can't jump to conclusions. These men are three-peats and they want a treble. We can only take the piss to a certain point. But Man City, you need to do better. Simple as, you need to do better. Please speak. I'm speaking from a winner's perspective this week. Please do better.
Wow.
Tell him, Lewis.
Wow. Say wallah, you're getting
What do you mean, wow? I ain't a loser talking.
Now tell him, Lewis. I'm backing Lewis today. Let's go.
Hey, I'm
Come
host.
on, man.
And, and Lewis, as someone who hosts streams, you know you can't put 3 people down. Or I would put but I can't.
Bro, you technically could if you edit it.
No, even with the edit layout, I don't think you can go 2-3. Yeah,
you can change formations.
You can change it. You can change it.
Any good manager can change a formation.
You can change the layout and make it 2 at the top and 3 at the bottom. I am just saying.
Too much, it might be too much.
I'm not Pep Guardiola, but Pep lost this week. Staffy, what are you saying on Man City?
Do you guys hear me?
Staffy, are you here?
Yeah. You're okay.
Talk about Manchester being dead this week.
Yeah, now we do.
I'm not talking about Manchester. Well, why do you want me to talk about Manchester?
Because both Manchester clubs lost.
Well, first of all, I'm here representing Spurs.
The whole Wolves dead this weekend.
I
It's the
already
whole
made that
North.
clear.
The North's
No,
come out.
you're not here representing Spurs.
What do you mean? I should
You're
be.
representing Man United, and we want to
You
hear
have
your
nothing
opinion
to
on
say
Man
about
City.
Man City.
I should be on the top row representing Spurs, not Man United. But anyways,
Tottenham
listen,
are an
man.
automatic bottom row anyway, to be honest.
All right, so if you
100%.
want me to
You don't want to
represent,
rep Tottenham.
if you want me to represent a loser, anyways, I mean, I don't really have much to say because my team put me in the mud. But I will say one thing: I didn't lose 2 in a row, Hamza. That's your second defeat in a row. So technically, you are the worst loser here. It's not me. I don't want people looking at me. You are the worst loser here today. Listen, man, I wish I was actually angry. You know that gif of the kid that was just like having a tantrum and his brother was making fun of him. That meme, that was me because we lost the Palace, and then I saw Liverpool lose, Sam lose his head, then I saw City lose. I'm like, bro, Sir Marcus Rashford MBE just cost me a golden ticket to cook on the A-listers. Well, I'm never gonna get this chance again. You know, City lose like once or twice a season. Now I have a 50% chance to never experience this again. So thank you, Marcus Rashford, for ruining it for me. But listen, Hamza, I'm still gonna cook you just a little bit, not because United are any better, but because this is what the A-list is about. It's about shamelessness. So I will be shameless and I will cook you. And to be honest, you've been talking a lot, and you've been making fun of Egal and making fun of Lewis, talking about football heritage, talking about this, talking about that. You know, you called Sam BBC before, and you're saying he goes on and he's like CNN and all that. Listen, if he's CNN, you might be like Fox Sports, because every time a team is down 1-0, bro, I just stretch over to get my phone and I look, and Hamza's already on his face making fun of them. But when City was down, I didn't see no space for Hamza. I was like, let me refresh. I kept refreshing.
Bro,
I kept refreshing.
Staffy, I tried to reach him all Sunday. Unreachable.
Yeah, I was refreshing. I kept refreshing. I was like, no, maybe something's wrong with my phone. And I'm like, and then I turn off the Wi-Fi, turn it on again. Still no spaces. I'm like, where's Hamza? You know, back-to-back defeats Hamza. It looks like you might miss Mahrez. You know, you might have to call. I can give you, you know, the area code for Saudi Arabia if you want to call him, because it looks like you miss him off the bench. It looks like you miss Gundogan. I don't know the area code for Barcelona, but maybe you can have someone help us out.
Nafisa. Big up to you, whoever you are. Big up to you. No space, no TikTok, no nothing. No, baby, calm down with him in the background going like Manchester City. You are disgrace. Go ahead, Staffy. Go ahead.
I didn't hear. Yeah, there was no calm down.
معبيله.
عبيله والديله. ما انا بعبيله والديله right now. I'm just saying, Hamza, 2 defeats. Listen, you came on. I did a VAR check to make sure that Somalia does speak Arabic, and it was the second language. So we brought you on El Ahwa to cook you, because I was like, you know what, they're never gonna lose again. Might as well, man. But then you lost again, Hamza. You lost again. And for once, I'm sitting here. I'm looking next to me. I'm used to my Ethiopian brother, but I'm looking next to me and I'm seeing my Somali brother. I was like, well, we didn't leave Africa, but I have a different guy next to me today. What is going on here? Like, I could show you a tour around. You know, Lewis's bedroom is available because he's out of town, so you can have his bedroom until he's back. But it's like, Hamza, like, I think you're missing some of the guys that left. You know, I think maybe this team that you kept on as best team in Premier League history, and we're gonna go for Fergie's record now and break it, and now do 4 in a row, back-to-back Champions Leagues. I don't know, Hamza. Like, I'm not gonna be that shameless, but it's not looking good, Hamza. I'm not gonna lie. If I were you, yeah, it's. I'm seeing some people now starting to doubt. I saw someone say Hamza's gonna go back to being an Arsenal fan now because it looks like they're gonna win the league. So Hamza, listen, I'm not gonna be too shameless because I lost, but I mean, you lost 2 in a row, so there's levels to losing here, and you lost more than me in the last 2 games. But it's not looking good, Hamza. It's not looking good for you.
Hamza, I want to know how many excuses you have. Over, under 5 excuses, guys, in the chat.
Okay. First of all, before Hamza speaks, this is not how it goes on A-listers, baby, because this host right here is going to speak. Just like Jurgen Klopp, you know, has the most wins against Pep Guardiola, I have the most wins against Hamza, and I am here to cook, ladies and gentlemen. So let me just get to the bottom of this shit, because I'm so sick and tired of this Hamza guy. Every time I'm on a space, I say I'm going to go pray. He starts talking shit about Steven Gerrard. So today I brought the statistics, ladies and gentlemen. Today I brought the statistics. First of all, listen to this. I'm going to go for their head honcho. I'm going to go for the guy that they're fighting should win Ballon d'Or. I'm going to go for the guy himself the cyborg, the non-footballer, man like Erling Haaland. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to present you with a statistic. Disregarding penalties, Erling Haaland hasn't scored a single Premier League goal that changed the outcome of the game in 2023. His last was in the 1-1 draw to Everton on New Year's Eve. He's the smallest game stat padder I've ever witnessed. Give me Aguero back. And now I click at the guy's profile and it's a City fan. It's a City fan here. See? It's a City fan who tweeted that. And then you go down and it's scary. Second goal versus Forest, third versus West Ham, fourth versus Fulham, second versus Everton, second versus West Ham, fourth versus Arsenal, third versus Arsenal, second versus Spurs, third versus Wolves. So everything we said about Erling Haaland not being clutch is actually true, because the guy is never there when you need him. He's very good when you want to score against Nottingham Forest at home. Oh, Erling Haaland header. Yes, I'm the cyborg. Give me Ballon d'Or. And then, on top of that, I see City fans, and this is excuse number one Hamza will bring, Hwang should have been sent off. Okay, no problem. Before you scored your free kick, was it not a foul on Cunha? 1-1, Habibi. صح? 1-1. Before City scored the free kick, I was watching the game because see other people, they were watching United Palace, some people watching Arsenal Bournemouth. Me, I know I'm in the title race, so I'm watching City. That's what normally happens. Cunha was fouled before Julian Alvarez took the free kick, and Manchester City could not break down a low block. And this goes to show that so many players in the City team are overrated. But because they are a stacked team with so much depth, they can rotate every week, they can do this, they can do that. You see them being successful, of course, alongside Pep Guardiola. Now, I'm not going to go over the top because it still is Manchester City and we need to put a little bit of respect on their name. But I'll go as far to say, I think they're going to make it 3 losses in a row. This Sunday, it's going to be 3 L's in a row. I'm not going to say anything more. But the way I watched Man City against Wolves have given the world the footprint. They've given the world the blueprint. Sorry, not footprint, but blueprint. How to handle Manchester City. And the biggest embarrassment in that whole game, it was said by Egal. Erling Haaland was not pocketed by Van Dijk, not pocketed by a Madrid defender, a Barca defender. He was pocketed by Craig Dawson. Craig Dawson went home, he emptied his pockets, keys fell out, credit card fell out, Erling Haaland fell out. Craig Dawson pocketed Erling Haaland, which is the most embarrassing thing I've seen my whole life. Julian Alvarez, who is half his age and a bench player, played a lot better. Jack Grealish, super Jack, super overrated Jack. That's the new song for him. Most overrated player I've seen. Just gets the ball, as he sees the guy directly, turn back, pass. And then they give him the ball again. He sees the guy, turn back, pass. Where's your directness? In the words of Thierry Henry, big up to the Thierry Henry, man. The greatest Premier League player of all time, in my opinion. What did he say? There are some people who dribble for the sake of dribbling, and there are some people who I direct. They get the ball and they attack their defender.
Who was he referencing with that quote?
Hazard and Salah. He was talking about them both. You can.
Eden Hazard. Yeah.
And Salah.
It was
I
don't recall Salah's
He gave credit to both. Do not lie.
He was talking about Salah.
He was talking about Mo Salah. And then he mentioned Hazard. I think he was mocking
maybe we saw different videos. Maybe.
No, I think he was mocking Anthony, to be honest with you, because when Anthony did the spin, you remember when everyone started talking about it? 100% he was talking about Anthony. So for me, Manchester City, I can't lie to you. I've said it before, I'll say it again. They're not winning the league this season. Hamza, Wolverhampton Wanderers, and everyone in the chat before he starts talking, a big up to my guy, Galatasaray fan. Tomorrow, inshallah, we are all Galatasaray. We are all Galatasaray. I visited Istanbul 3 years ago. I went to the stadium. Vamos! Let's go, man. Big up Galatasaray.
Let's get it.
So, now I want everyone to just take a guess. And you know how we do it on This Is Football. We don't
Big up Galatasaray, the team that beat Arsenal in the Europa League final.
There you are. Listen.
No.
One second. I don't want paragraphs. I don't
99.
want your life stories. Just right now, take
Man,
a
look at you
guess.
smiling.
Is Hamza gonna give more than 5 excuses or less than 5 excuses? So just write me the number of excuses you think he'll give. Hamza, Wolverhampton. Talk to the people.
Look at this, you're fraud, Anis. Listen. Yeah, this is a fraud. Listen, I'm gonna say, listen, I lost, yeah. One of the greatest team the world has ever seen. I was lost, yeah, fair enough. It was a shock to the world, yes. It's shocking. How can they lose? It's Manchester City. They're the guys who are flying the flag, not only of England, because you guys are nobodies. They're flying the flag of the world. We're the guys that are flying the flag of Europe. Not you, Arsenal failure. Not this guy, he's playing Europa League. Forget the guy in the middle, he doesn't even play Europe anymore.
6 times?
Yeah.
6 times.
Hey, we are one of only 4 teams in Europe to win every single European competition twice.
Let me
Hamza,
When you
deflection
speak
number
of
one.
Europe and Chelsea, we speak
number
nicely.
one, I'm
We
gonna
speak
answer.
nicely.
Hamza,
How was the game?
deflection number one.
Do not deflect. Talk about Man City.
Deflection
Lewis,
number
don't
one.
fall for it, Lewis. I know you're not used to being up in the
Hamza,
top row.
there's a
I was there
segment
last
for
week.
every
No. When it comes to European football and trophies, we gotta speak nicely on my football club, please.
Yeah,
I don't want to bring up Porto.
But this
I
guy,
don't wanna bring up Porto,
there,
man.
yeah, the fraud of Europe. He's the only one that can't chat. Listen, at the end of the day, Sam said, how was Haaland? He was poor. But listen, the guy scored more than your front three. The Mo Salah that should have gone to Saudi Arabia has only scored 3 goals.
That's a lie. 4 goals.
3 goals. There you are, Premier League. Do you want to do it? Do you want to do it?
So you're not counting the goals in Europe.
Deflection number 2.
Oh, so you counting?
I'm keeping track.
A bunch of farmers, yeah.
And the goals he scored
Staffy.
and the goal Haaland scored
Imagine
against
the fact
Nottingham
that
Forest.
He's counting last.
Who's better, Last Clins or Nottingham Forest?
Premier League. We're talking about Premier League.
Last Clins are Austrian champions.
Yeah, they were relegated 2 years ago. They were They
Yeah.
were relegated from Division 2.
Okay, and now let's
Hamza?
go check. Who did Haaland score against this season? Can you tell me?
There's a team. Erling Haaland.
Who did Haaland score against this season? Go on.
8 goals, yeah. So for you to come,
Tell me who did Haaland score against,
One
please?
second. Yeah,
That's 2 deflections.
Haaland.
Who did
I'm not
Haaland score
surprised.
against?
Yeah, he's a top
Two
scorer.
excuses already.
He's already top scorer of the English league.
Okay,
Can
who
he
has he
have-
scored against?
Can
Can
he
you
have a
answer?
bad game? Yes, he can. He can have a bad game. He's allowed.
Mm.
He scored 8. Mo Salah's got 3.
He scored against Burnley, Sheffield United, Fulham, West Ham, and Nottingham Forest.
I'm not gonna move on until we get the stats correct, by the way, because I'm really confused there.
Well, what does he mean that he can't score? He scored against Bayern Munich away in Allianz Arena. Sit down on the floor.
You know who also scored against Bayern Munich away? Casemiro.
He dunked on Leipzig, a team that dunked on Bayern Munich. He dunked on them 5
I what a
goals.
goal against Chelsea there is for Haaland.
Yeah. So 1 second. And he dunked on Egal in both games. Look at Egal. He knows. You can't even talk. 1 second. Thank you.
How many times did he dunk on my football club?
1 second.
Hamza.
Lewis,
How many goals
apparently.
against my football club?
1 second.
How many
Everyone
goals
stop.
against my
Everyone
club?
1 second.
Everyone stop. Hamza, when
Let
are you
me
going to
go back to the game.
No,
Let me go back
let's
to the
not
game.
deflect.
Let me go back to the game, yeah?
Yeah,
Finally.
actually.
Oh, now we
And
want to
there's
go
third
back to
excuse.
the game. Okay.
Third excuse.
Finally.
There's a guy there that said basically Hoyland scored in Allianz Arena. Have some shame. You lost in Allianz Arena. You got battered in the Allianz Arena.
What
That's
did
not
you say?
right.
I said nothing.
You wasted your time.
When
just
did
to
you
write
hear
out.
that?
Okay. The guy's just written there. Hoyland scored. He wants me to say, wow.
When did you say that?
Yeah, he wrote there. A United fan. Have some shame. Listen,
I said that.
We
I'm
lost.
quiet, bro.
we lost. No, there's a guy, a United fan, deluded guy.
Oh, I thought you were saying me. I was like, I didn't say nothing.
Listen, we lost to Wolves, but my standard is Manchester City. Yeah, listen to me very carefully. This will put fear into your eyes. A Manchester City football club. I don't expect a loss. I will never lower that standards at my football club. I hit 90 points or more, most leagues. Yeah. And I'm not making excuses today. Yeah. Fair enough. Oh, I'm not gonna cry. Huang should have got. He should have got a red card. Yeah, 100%. I told City.
Was it a foul on Cunha before the free kick? Be honest.
No.
Excuse number 1.
I didn't even look. Hold on.
Number
You
1,
Liverpool
excuse
fans.
number 4.
1 second.
No. That's deflection number 4.
Were you watching my game? Were you watching my game?
Of course, I was watching your game. You think I give a fuck about United Palace?
And they say, Staffy, we don't care about Man City. There you
No,
go.
but that's because you're my title rival.
He's
Don't
got.
work stuff into this. I have
You
no
know
empathy.
Mourinho called? You know what I'm saying? Mourinho called them a voyeur. They look outside the window. Oh, what's going around that house? Oh, and I need to see. Listen, you knew my game. I didn't even know that. You knew in detail.
You didn't know. You weren't watching City. You just exposed yourself.
Some shame.
You weren't watching City?
I lost, yeah, 100%. I said I lost.
You weren't watching City. So how you say you didn't
I was
know
watching
that?
the City, but I was into the game that I don't see. Oh, there should have been a foul. And let me I didn't. I was just moving along with the game, and it was a foul. And then we took a free kick. It was a fantastic free kick. Huang should have been sent off, but we don't complain like you guys what you did, which was a disgrace, which we'll talk about it. We don't complain. City fans, we have no right to complain. Leave it. We'll get our time back. Things happen. We should never complain. We should have beaten Wolves. Yeah. But you know what was the worst thing I've been telling
Okay,
City
so now before deflecting.
No, I'll tell you why we lost. I'll tell you why we lost. I'll tell you why we lost.
I'll tell you in a second. 1 second. Look, every segment, there's a Man United segment where you can speak about United, Liverpool segment, you could talk about me, Chelsea and Arsenal segment because they won and you could talk about them. Now just tell me why City lost. Give me honest answers.
I tell you why.
Go on.
They were not good enough. It's a disgrace performance. For my standard of my football club, it's a disgrace of performance. But I'll tell you why. This was coming a bit, yeah? There's few things. If you look at that bench, there are 2 keepers on that bench. They took 7 players on the bench. Wolves had 9 players. Yeah. Wolves, in fact, asked for our seat and said, let me borrow the seat because you guys don't need one. Yeah. We're standing here. They had 2 more players than us. We had 2 keepers. Yeah. I feel sorry for Pep Guardiola. The reason why this was coming. No Fernandinho replacement. They never got the right one. They got this Calvin Phillips, and he needs to go. He's not good enough for Man City. I wish him luck. He's a nice guy, but he can't avoid the. He's good enough.
Shall I play what you said when you signed them?
Yeah, I thought he was going to be a good player. I raved about him. I put my hand up, but you know what? I put my hand up. Yeah, we got it wrong. I was tricked into this Premier League. He is not good enough for me. He's probably good enough for Arsenal. He's probably good enough for United. He's probably good enough for Chelsea and Liverpool because you guys wanted him.
He's not good enough for me. Relax.
Because you wanted him on loan. You signed Endo.
Yeah, so what?
You signed Endo.
You wanted Maguire. Is Maguire good enough for you?
You wanted Endo.
Is Maguire good enough for Man City?
Staffy,
is Maguire good enough? Is Maguire good enough for Man City? Is Fred good enough for Man City?
Guys, I'm losing track of excuses. I'm trying to keep track. Hamza, continue, bro. Stay on point. You're getting way off point.
I know, I lost. I'm not used to losing, so I'm giving you honest answers. Egal, the squad is not good enough. Ooh. I've said it before. Write it down. Ooh. Squad not good enough. They'll win the league. They'll win the league because, but the squad is not the elite squad I had, and we should not lower our standards. Let me say. Let me. No. 1 second.
Rewind.
Let me answer that question.
Rewind. When we told you. When we told you in the summer,
so many
Oscar. When we told you in the summer, Hamza.
1 second.
Let me told you in the summer, bro. What did we tell you in the summer? We told you in the summer that you got rid of Gundogan.
But they're gonna win the league.
We told you got rid of these guys. You said to me you had the best transfer window out of every team, and we're ready. So now you're saying you don't have a good squad in front of everybody here. You are honestly. You are contradicting everything you said earlier.
I'll tell you. Okay, let me answer you. Let me give you an example.
The same tune, bro.
Did you not say on A-Listers episode 4, Premier League is the easiest thing? I guarantee I'm winning it. Why you change now?
He's still saying he's going to win it, but he's contradicting himself.
What we're doing
here. Okay, so
here,
how can you say you're going to win it and then say I'm weak?
Man, listen, what we deluded here. You guys, even people in your chat,
we're on 8 excuses at this point.
They know Man City are going to win it, and they're going to come at the end of the season and laugh. I
don't know that
too. And you know what? Egal's gonna take the biggest L, and then you're gonna have 1 trophy in 8 years.
Why are you worried about me? You said my team is average.
So
why are you worried about me
anymore? Listen.
Why are you worried about me? You said my team is average. Why are you worried about me?
Because you've been signing 700 million, you can't even get the squad right. I don't believe.
Okay, so I thought you said Liverpool was the biggest threat. You keep changing your
They're playing Europa League. They're playing Europa League.
Oh,
that's why.
Hamza. I'm giving you a deflection. Let me bring it back. Let's talk about your signings. First of all, Pep Guardiola wasn't even on the touchline. He was in the stands, if you guys don't know.
He's banned, yeah.
Number one. Number two, Mateus Nunez went against his old team. They bullied him off the park. He got subbed off. Got bullied. They hung him out immediately. Then you talk about your midfield. Guess what? We told you, Gundogan, you're going to miss him. Kevin De Bruyne is out. Rodri's out. We see how weak you are now when you don't have your big boys. Everybody else, when they don't have their big boys, Van Dijk's missing. Oh, cry me a river. Van Dijk's missing. We don't care. All of a sudden, you care.
How many players are missing?
We don't care.
We don't care. I'm not making excuses. I don't care. I'm not going to make excuses. Bro,
the reason why you're saying the squad is not good enough is because you're missing players, and now you've realized that you don't have the same level of depth as you did prior. So you're making all these things come under the same bracket.
No way.
So you still think you're going to win the league?
I'm not doing Arsenal next week. I would never do an Arsenal. I have bet. Listen, I have something called class. I will never lower my standards to Arsenal Football Club. Otherwise, I will not win the league for 20 years.
It's not about Arsenal, bro. It's not about Arsenal. It's about you not beating Wolves. It's about Pedro Neto dancing on your whole team's ass. That's what it is.
Rodri has a right to be missing. Rodri has to have a rest. Yeah, listen to I'm not making excuses.
Is this a rest or is it a red card? Which one is it?
I was happy. Rodri, don't play for 3 weeks. You need a rest.
Okay, guys, mark the minute. 38th, the 38th minute on the 3rd of October. You're saying you're happy that Rodri's missing. So you do realize you're coming to the Emirates next week.
Well, I'm coming to Emirates. That's my home.
Okay, Hamza, I'll ask you one question. No, I'm so happy you said that. I'll ask you one question. Okay, I'll ask you one question.
It used to be a gooner.
Egal, 1 second, because we have two teams who also lost. So I have to control this. So I will ask Hamza one question before we move on to the next club. Hamza, now, you know what? I will give you full screen right now. Someone who has an iPhone screen record this. This is right now. No, nothing, but wallahi, nothing personal. Don't worry.
Because
right now, promise the entire A-listers audience, next week, Monday, inshallah, you will not make a single excuse if Arsenal win. Go on, tell them. I dare you right now.
Listen, then I'm saying we have 6 players, like 5-6 players injured. But my football club, we're expected to win every single game. We don't make excuse. We're flying the flag of Europe. I'm expecting to beat the bottle jobs, which is Arsenal Football Club, the bottle job of this country. I'm doing an announcement like Prime Minister. We will beat the bottle jobs of this country. Arsenal Football Club, the biggest bottle jobs, the failures, the one who've not won the league for 20 years. We will dunk on them so hard. They've got PTSD that they're scared of us. I can line little kids. They will shiver. Yeah? So to me, next week, I am chilling. Relax.
Okay, Khalas. So now don't come next week, give me excuses. Next week, if you lose 3 in a row to Arsenal, wallahi, we'll have beef. Anyway, let me read the super chats before we move on to his noisy neighbor in red. Big up to
wait, hold on. Why can't Egal make a statement as well?
What did Egal make a statement?
Yeah, how come Egal doesn't make a statement? I don't think that's fair. Yeah, he must make a statement.
I'll let him choose if he wants to or not. Because Egal's not the guy talking crazy.
I didn't lose.
He's scared.
He didn't lose. He don't need to make no statement.
It's not my business.
Wallahi,
anyway,
you're a chicken. You're a thief. You're scared of me. You cannot
in front of everyone mentality. Keep crying
because you're scared of Man City.
Keep crying. Bro, you told me my team's average.
There you are.
I don't need to make statements.
He's not the one making statements.
I don't need to make statements. You talk a lot, bro. You talk a lot. I don't need to talk.
If I win by luck.
This is the Man City section. We'll let him speak. Arsenal section, he'll speak, inshallah. Okay, listen. Let me just get
there won't be no Arsenal section. You know we're not covering Bournemouth.
They don't trust.
That's what I'm trying to do, Staffy. So anyway, big up to Momo Yama, your first ever super chat as well. Big up to you. New sub, first comment. Why is Mo anti-Liverpool specialist? Like Mo gets accused of being anti-Liverpool, anti-United, anti-Chelsea, anti-everyone. Momin is just a balanced guy, man.
Momin is just anti-football. That's all he is.
Yeah. Thanks so much for the super chat. Big up to Felipe who said, I've said it before, City can be got at. Facts. One of Arsenal or FC need to get a head start, 3-way title race in my opinion. Also, big up Staffy, a likable Man United fan. Big up to you, Felipe. Big up to you, Habibi.
Very likable.
Staffy is definitely likable, 100%. Pause. But thank you for the super chat.
There's no pause when you say likable. See, you just made it weird for no reason.
He's an honest guy. That's why.
Like
Literally.
literally.
Pep wasn't on the touchline. Huang should have got a second yellow before halftime, but we won't complain like LFC. We charged to
Don't
the game.
complain.
Egal,
We're
don't
not
get
a
too
Liverpool
cocky.
football.
First of
Bro,
all,
there's a difference
when you
We're not
between being
play,
Liverpool football,
cocky
we're not
and just
complaining.
pointing out the facts.
Keep complaining.
Stop saying
Hawani, let
that.
me just say one
Stop
thing.
saying
You
You know why they can't say anything? You know why they can't say anything on a reel? Wallahi al-Azim, go watch the replay of the free kick. Cunha was fouled before this guy was fouled.
Look
Before
at this guy. Oh, and the
Yeah.
referee came from Abu Dhabi before he
Hamza,
refereed your game.
I'm talking about your game. I'm talking about your game.
This
I'm
guy's
talking
saying-
about your game. I'm not talking about my game. I'm talking about your game.
Yo, so
No,
for the
Your
record,
game, Cunha
He
was
wasn't.
fouled first
He wasn't.
before Alvarez scored the free kick. So you
When?
can't even make.
so
He
for the
wasn't,
record,
man. He wasn't. I saw
for
that.
the
I
record,
remember-
Hamza,
So you didn't
for
even
the
watch the
record-
game. Don't lie.
Well, he got the
Hussam,
ball.
just
Is he the
before we
one?
move
I can't.
on-
He got the ball and he dived.
just
died.
before we move on, Hussam, he's mentioned injuries, Calvin Phillips, red card, Endo. He mentioned the size of the squad. He mentioned no Fernandinho replacement. He also mentioned the fact that he's not in. He's playing in the Champions League, not in the Europa League like Liverpool. And finally, if I'm not mistaken, he said Haaland can make mistakes and have bad games because he scored 9 goals or something like that.
So how
So
many excuses is that? 9?
9 excuses?
8 excuses, mashallah. Big up to you, AJ. Big up to James Bond says, put this hamster back on the wheel. Egal, relax, James, man. Don't cuss out my panelist. Big up to you, Jovi, says, Arsenal, you will pay for it. Oh, we will see this Sunday. We will see. And I know Egal and Hamza both don't try.
He's celebrating. Rodri's injured. I'm so happy. Have you ever seen?
Nobody celebrated injuries.
No, you
No
and
one
I
Celebrated a
celebrated.
red card. And you know what else we celebrated?
Oh, yeah,
It's
red
12
card.
o'clock on the
Yes,
dot
he's
and
not
Man
playing.
City
Sam,
lost.
I knew, Sam, I have never thought, what are bottle jobs? Football club, bottle jobs. How can you be, you should be relishing. I want to play the best. I used to want to play Messi, Ronaldo, Xavi. Let them step aside in my state. No, Rodri's injured. Yeah, Rodri's got a red card. Look at you. You can't even say your prediction because you fear City. You got PTSD on City. Look, Arteta must be embarrassed. He's probably watching the show and look at you looking down, thinking, what a failure of a fan I am. What have I got to? These are the guys that are backing me.
Hamza, he doesn't even want to give a statement like you.
Hey, Jovi, we will see
He's
next week.
embarrassed.
We'll see you next week.
Well, I don't
Hamza,
understand.
Hamza, pick
Hamza,
a
you're a
card.
banter merchant. Your football IQ. Big up to you, James Bond. Are you going to do a
Hamza, pick a
magic
card.
trick here?
Pick a card. Middle,
Go on.
this side, or this side? Which one?
Egal
Well,
Copperfield.
I don't
What's
do
going
this.
on
Card.
here?
Pick
Pick
the
a
right
card.
one. Right.
This one.
No.
This one right here.
The other one.
This one.
Yeah.
We're gonna this is the ace, so we're gonna beat you by 1 goal.
What was that?
That's
That
my
was the
prediction.
worst segment in YouTube
Let's go.
history that I've ever seen.
And this is why people say you're likable, Staffy,
doing
because you're
my
defending him
cards.
for no reason.
Arsenal fans are
Bro, I'm just saying
predicting
that's a shit
cards.
segment what you just did. Bro, you thought you was a magician.
This will be mad if you actually do it, by the way.
Listen, we're gonna beat you by 1 goal.
Imagine
I'll let
imagine
you
Arsenal
pick what
actually
the
end
score
up
will
winning
be.
by a goal.
That'll
Wallahi,
be
that's-
mad.
Egal,
He's
what
gonna
are
come
the
in
two
on
other
a
cards?
smoke.
What are the two
There
other
you
cards?
are. That's
Who
The
are
the
three?
other
history
two
of
were a
Arsenal.
3 and a 2.
Okay, fair enough. Big up to Onana United who says flag of the world. My ass. Hamza thinks he's a freedom fighter. Bro, my man won 1 Champions League and he wants to talk to me, Lewis, and Staffy. Like, sit down. Wallah, you cannot. Wallah,
The
you
guy's
cannot. Big
got
up to you,
Onana's
Onana.
name.
Hamza, you're in the
Good
Crashers
thing I
Heritage
lost
space
the
on a few occasions. Please don't embarrass yourself here in the name of Heritage. Don't fall into Egal's trap, says Fatur. That's also Fatur, same Fatur from Spaces. He was with Lewis at
Big
the
up my
game as
guy.
well. So big up Fatur, man. Our
Big
guy,
up
Fatur.
Fatur.
I
Big up
love
to you,
him
man.
too. My guy.
Big up to Omar says Hamza correct goal disallowed excuse Wolves squad. Hey, Hamza is very good at making excuses. That's why we had the over and under at the start. And big up to James Bond who says Hamza 1 second. You are waffling, says James Bond. Big up to you, my brother. Monoyama says Hamza, can you do Egypt's rooting for Ahli and Zamalek just in case? Wow. Imagine Hamza Ahli versus Zamalek watch along. That would slap still. Big up to AJ who says Egal with the Emirates. I cannot read that. But next week, inshallah, Egal and Hamza will be back. And you know what it is? See this Hamza guy. I have a surprise for him this Saturday, inshallah. Stay tuned. Big up to you, AJ. And finally, big up to Fatur said, Egal, you're on Crime Watch as well. Calling out Chelsea fans after Kai Havertz scoring a penalty. Wow.
Hey, Enzo Fernandez couldn't score a penalty when you needed him.
That's
What
true.
an
That's,
embarrassment.
you know what, Egal?
Fair enough. Big up Make a Wish first.
That's
Hey, guess what? He's a
valid.
midfielder and he has more. I think the same amount of goals as most of your midfielders. So it's fair
That's
enough.
valid. That's valid. Big up to JK. Says Lewis, how much do you hate
Maybe if they
Tottenham?
took more penalties, they'd get more goals too.
I'm not gonna lie, he did look like a Make-A-Wish kid when they all hugged him after the penalty. It reminded me of the kids that they send to WWE. And
it's not my fault. You guys don't know what a squad unity looks like.
Yeah, we'll call it that. We'll call it squad unity.
What's your answer?
Whatever the buzzword is for you, Egal.
I hear that, man.
It's not buzzword.
Lewis, how much do you hate Tottenham?
Oh, I hate Tottenham a lot. I despise them. I was hoping Liverpool would actually do the job on them this weekend, but I was left disappointed.
Are they first or second on your list of hated clubs?
Oh, no, second. Arsenal's top.
Yeah.
I despise Arsenal with every fibre of my being. It is what it is.
Fair enough.
Well, where's Liverpool on your list? I thought Liverpool and Chelsea beef.
Right?
Nah, like Liverpool, like 5th or 6th, if I really deep it. Like,
so who's
there's Arsenal, there's Tottenham, there's Man United, there's
you hate Man United more than us?
Barcelona, West Ham, and then Liverpool.
You hate Man United more than us. Up
bro, I grew up on West Ham on Man United free-peating on my head. Ronaldo and Moscow and all that. I despise them.
And Lewis, remember, Gerard assisted on one of them as well. We helped you win one.
In 2010, you guys bailed us out.
8-star assist, man. And finally,
still despise you lot for the ghost goal. That was bullshit. We would have done AC Milan without having to.
Hey, we helped you win a league title later, so we have made up for it. Haaland can't create a chance. Meanwhile, Nunez creates a chance for his teammates. I can't lie. Haaland is a footballer, only based on ability. I'm taking Nunez over him as a footballer. But the rest, of course, you have to give to Haaland. Positioning, scoring, clinicalness, blah, blah, blah. But big up to you, Abu Bakr. Anyway, listen. I don't want to go any longer on City because we'll be here till tomorrow, wallahi. 530 people you are still watching us right now, even at this time of the night. This is the latest ever A-listers. Make sure you're slapping the like button. Make sure you're subscribing. Everyone who sent in a super chat will get a massive shout out at the end. Please do like the video. Please do subscribe. Everyone who follows me on Instagram is also going to get a shout out. So make sure to go follow me at @TheDonHussam6. I'm going to put it in the chat. Anyone who follows me right now, I will shout them out. If you unfollow me, then follow me. I will not shout you out because I know who follows me in it. So follow me right now. I'm going to put it in the chat. Yeah, I'm trying to go that Instagram stuff. So there's next club. And I will let Lewis start with this one because apparently he hates Man United. So Crystal Palace 1, Manchester United 0. Carefree Lewis, your thoughts on said game?
I can't believe the guy that sat here said he's going to sleep like a baby, knowing he's going to beat Spurs. We're not going to his game next. No, you need to talk about them now. Yeah? I can't believe. Did you see guys see what he's trying to do here?
Okay, take half an hour off.
I mean,
take half an hour off for Man United.
You see this, Lewis, the biggest game of the week.
If you take off half an hour for Man United, there's 40 minutes left for Liverpool. Don't worry, I'm here, inshallah. We're not hiding.
I'm not here in that time. I got an hour left. So
I was going to say, I'm about to disappoint you on this because for the watch along, I was doing the Arsenal game and the Man City game. I didn't really catch too much of United match. Bit disappointing from United's perspective. But yeah, great finish from Joachim Anderson. Other than that, like, I've got nothing to offer on this segment. I won't lie to you. I didn't catch any of the games. So I'm sorry, brother. But yeah, Staffy, it's peak, man. You said you moved on to bigger things. And man, it was disappointing. How things
beat them 3-0. That's the only thing I remember. The other game, I wasn't there for it. I took a nap.
You all know something?
Yeah, Sam, I'm sorry, brother. I didn't see nothing of the game, bro.
You know what the crazy thing is? Manchester United lost.
Bournemouth, Lewis? What the hell? Obviously, Arsenal were going to smash Bournemouth.
I thought I'd already seen United Palace in the cup, and that was dead. I thought this would just be dead too. So I'd rather see Arsenal Bournemouth.
You trusted Bournemouth.
It was more entertaining. It was still more entertaining.
I'll tell you.
League Cup match was crap.
No, but Manchester United are lucky that their loss was going on the same time as the City game because their loss got swept under the carpet. In the grand scheme of things,
in what world, bro? I'm still answering to it. Where did it get swept?
It looks like,
I want to go to that world that you're talking about.
Bro, you're a Man United fan, so it's different for you. But from my perspective, I don't really see too much people talking about Manchester United lost to Crystal Palace.
This
guy's moving like Stevie Wonder saying, I didn't see anyone talk about United.
Bro,
that's why.
Staffy, no matter what, you are always going to notice it because you're a Man United fan. But as a rival, being an Arsenal fan, I've seen more people going at Liverpool and talking about that game between Tottenham. I've seen more people talking about City. I've seen people even getting ready to see Chelsea if they're going to drop points. It seems like you're lost at this point. People have just accepted that Manchester United are not as good as they were last season, and that people are just, these kind of performances are going to happen on occasion. Your team is not the team that you were last year, in the sense that last year you were playing a lot more defensive and you're catching teams on counter. You're now having to play the way Ten Hag wants to play, and your team is not accustomed to it yet, and it doesn't look like your players suit this style of play. So that's my analysis from it. And the way you guys played, you guys should have won the game. You had enough chances. You created enough chances. Their goal was actually a fluke, in my opinion. When you look at it, they didn't score. They didn't have many other chances outside of how Anderson scored, and it was a good goal from him. He's underrated. People need to give him a shout out because he's always performing for Crystal Palace. But I don't think it's a situation where this is outside of the norm. It's Chelsea, and it's Chelsea who are underperforming. And last year was Tottenham. This year it looks like it's going to be Manchester United.
Fair enough. And finally, Hamza, before I come to myself, by the way, big up to Mandy, Warren, and Hazard.
Hey, yo.
UD for the follow on Instagram. Go ahead, Hamza. Man United lost at home to Palace.
I think it's a disgrace. I said it before, like they played Crystal Palace second team, and this is Crystal Palace with Roy Hodgson, who's like 77 years old, and he came there and he got his win. And these guys were telling us, first he's attacking players. His goal is attacking players. He has Rashford. He had Bruno there. They said Mason Mount coming back will make a difference. Casemiro was there. Amrabat was there. This is a team that they should have beaten a weak Crystal Palace side. I know Crystal Palace because I watched them as a second team because they're my local side, yeah. So I watched them because I know guys who
By the way, that's actually true. He's not waffling. That is his local side.
Come on, man. That's my local guys, man. See, so Palace, they lost Olise, yeah, who's been injured. They've lost Zaha. Wilfred went to Galatasaray. They never got the replacement. They had Mateta up front.
Mateta guy is so crap. He's
so bad, Sam. And I feel for Palace. I feel sorry for them that they didn't have an investment to stay up. But Roy Hodgson went there, and this bold fraud who's got 400 million that he spent struggled to beat them again. The bold fraud that everyone tells, era comes to an end. Anfield is just at a stadium. My guy, your Old Trafford is just a stadium now. Everyone walks in. This is what he should have said. Old Trafford is just a stadium. Yeah, the era that came to an end is his era. The United's era has ended. No matter what United are doing, they're cursed. It's cursed. It's like they're going through calamity. Whatever they buy gold, it becomes shit. They buy silver, it turns paper. Whatever they get, it's crap, Sam. I feel sorry for them. This great Manchester United that we should have memories, they become the new Arsenal. What made Arsenal famous is Arsenal Fan TV. What's making United now famous is
Staffy TV.
Staffy TV.
Staffy TV is making him famous. I feel sorry for these United youngsters. And I'm telling all the listeners who are listening here, if you see any kid that wants to support a young, you must hate that child so bad for you to make that child support United. Look, I'm looking at the camera. For you must be a horrible human being for you to choose to buy that child United because you're a horrible human being. Because how dare you? Children are supposed to go to school happy. They're supposed to feel happy. Oh, I want daddy. Oh my God. You don't need to be bullied at school.
Not just children, others have to be.
You look at your shirt, you're taking it off in PE. Look at you, what are you doing here? They're already starting on you. For goodness sake, you pathetic club. Ferguson has even stopped coming to the stadium. Who has seen Ferguson? I've not seen Ferguson this year. I've not seen Ferguson. I swear. He used to turn up Ferguson's given up. He said, forget this, man. Burn it down. I made this club.
And whenever United lose, they cut to him on camera. He always gets there now.
It's
every
finished.
loss.
I don't have anything. Staffy, whatever you do, there's no benefit, Staffy.
I do
Just
nothing,
make
bro.
that
I'm not on the
Staffy
pitch.
TV.
Don't tell me to do something.
Staffy, you're
Yes,
already
boss.
done. Yeah, this season, yeah, the guy is done your heart. He's lied to you, Staffy. I'm glad you know. But many of your fan base, Staffy, are delusional. I don't know why he gets away with it. It's because he dresses small. He's a bold man like me, and bold men are trusted. They trust bold guys like us.
No way
But
I
who
use
could
this
be
for
scammers?
Hamza prop.
There's some bold guys who are scammers. Eric Ten Hag is one of the names. Bold guys like Pep deliver titles. My guy, I feel sorry for you, Staffy. And what an embarrassment for you to be sitting 10th. This is where you used to sit. You used to sit 10th before Ferguson. Never forget where you came from. You know, you always tell me, don't forget where Hamza comes from. You came from Division 2. Don't forget where your history is from. Don't forget. Yeah? Man City used to relegate you as well. That's your history. Now errors has ended. And Staffy, I want to hear what's the excuses. Because Ten Hag has to surely now, yeah, he must end for him. Because if he loses to Galatasaray and he survives the job, especially after the news I've just heard, that Ratcliffe is buying some of the shares and that's going to be approved. And Qatari are not coming, as I said.
Alhamdulillah.
All over.
Alhamdulillah. You know, they saw that devil ad and they're like, "Khalas, we don't want to buy the devil club." Subhanallah.
Bro,
Qatar,
ever since that ad, they've gone down.
Call me, Qatar, call me. Listen, there is no shaitan on the crest here. You know, we don't move like that. So call me, man, and we got you. Staffy, before I let you go, there are super chats addressing you, so I might as well just read it out. Staffy, can you finally say that you're Eric Ten Hag out? That's number one. What's his name? AJ says, big up to you, AJ Habibi. Thank you so much for the super chat. And then he goes like, after the 3-0, they said they were back. Hold that. United fans said we're going to challenge for the league. Now, I know you speak for yourself, but what are your thoughts on the United fans that are going over the top and your thoughts on the game? Big up Murad, big up AJ. And also, are you Ten Hag out?
I mean, is the super chat asking me to say Ten Hag out because he wants me to say it? Or is he asking me for my opinion?
No, he's asking. AJ is not that type. He's asking, are you actually Ten Hag out or not?
No, I'm not Ten Hag out yet. And I said there's a better chance of me being Staffy out and you're not going to see me again than the same manager out because I've seen this process multiple times. So I'm not going to ask for the manager to be sacked. No. But what was the other question? Oh yeah, he was saying about the United fans being over the top. Listen, I don't think beating Crystal Palace in the cup means United is back. Like, what is that? Back to what? Like, what exactly are we back to? Because I haven't said that, and to be fair, I haven't heard anyone say it. If anyone said that, then whoever said that super chat, I mean, you need new friends because clearly they're stupid.
So to the game now.
Yeah, to the game. Listen, man, Sir Marcus Rashford. Listen, man, I need you to hold bench for a little bit, bro, because my blood pressure is you know, I'm getting a little bit old, guys. Plus, you know, people have been asking me for my age. Oh, Staffy, who's older? You, Sam. First of all, I'm older. So stop saying, oh, Sam's little brother. No, I'm older than him. Secondly, I'm getting too old for this, bro.
That's a lie. You ain't older than me.
Happy, how many times are we going to talk about this? I am older than you by a year. You're 28, I'm 29.
أنا بصغرك قدام الناس مالك.
He just said I'm making you look younger in front of the people. And he whispered that in Arabic. But listen, man, I'm getting too old for these performances. My blood pressure, listen, is not doing me a favor anymore when I watch these performances. Sir Marcus Rashford, I've had enough of you dribbling into players. I'm tired of this guy being treated like he's Ronaldo in 2008 when Lewis mentioned that he grew up in that generation where we did a three-peat on his head. Listen, that's the same generation that I grew up on, and I almost shed a tear when Lewis said that, because those were the days. That's when actually Ronaldo used to do everything on his own, and he had a good team around him.
I used to hate your football club.
But listen, bro, I don't even blame you. I would hate me too if I were you. But Sir Marcus Rashford, you're not Ronaldo.
Oh,
you're
there's
not
no
that
reason
guy.
to hate you, unfortunately. For you.
Yeah, now
Yeah, now he probably just feels bad for me.
Yeah, now it's sympathy o'clock, which is bad. That's bad sign for you.
He just feels bad for me. But yeah, I mean, listen, the team played well during the week. We said we should run the same team back during on the weekend. Don't bring back Rashford and Bruno. Granted, Bruno didn't play bad in my opinion. Rashford was just absolutely abysmal. Once again, I swear this guy has 2 goals since May. 2 goals since May, and it doesn't get talked about enough. Outside of goals, he offers nothing. So when he's not scoring goals, what is he doing? I said it on my channel and I say it again. I think Ten Hag is going to die on his sword if he doesn't start benching in Rashford, because I felt like he was going to try to transform this team to play a different style of football, which he's trying to do, to be fair. However, he was hoping, I think he was hoping Rashford is going to replicate the output that he had last season, which is 17 goals in the league, 13 goals in all competitions. And right now, Rashford is not delivering. And Ten Hag, unfortunately, built a team, whether we were playing defensive or attacking, both of them were very heavily reliant on Bruno and Rashford, and especially Rashford. And now that he's our focal point and he's not scoring goals, it's a tough decision because people are like, oh, does he get benched? Does he not get benched? I'll tell you this, if he wasn't English, if he wasn't from Manchester, if he wasn't from the academy, it would have been a very easy decision to bench him because I've seen better players than him get benched. But for some reason, this is a tough decision. I didn't know this was Sir Marcus Rashford FC. I thought this was Manchester United FC. And the guy's been absolutely crap. Some people don't want to have this conversation. They want to talk about last season. They're like, oh, but you can't just completely dismiss that he had 30 goals in the season. But then these are the same people that want me to forget that he had 5 goals in all competitions the season before. So how come I'm supposed to take one season as an anomaly, but not the other? You know, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Staffy, who do you want to see start? Because your whole team's not scoring goals. It's not just Rashford.
We scored 3 goals during the week when he wasn't on. And the thing that I've seen during the week, I don't care if it was Palace's
team.
No, it does not matter because this was technically a weak team for us as well. Because a lot of people don't rate some of the players that we played. But the thing that I've seen during the week, I've seen us move the ball very well. I've seen everyone being involved. I didn't see persistence down the left-hand side, just every time past the Marcus Rashford and inshallah football. I don't want to watch that, bro. The guy just runs into defenders, bro. He's not who you think. And let me tell you this. I'm actually looking at the camera when I say this. If you thought Rashford was the next coming of Ronaldo, the next coming of Neymar, that he could go one-on-one with Mbappe, I'm here to tell you, I am sorry, he's not that guy. He will never be that guy. The guy is too old now for me to ever think he's going to be something that he's not. So that is over. You know, the guy should be in and out of the squad based on performances, just like everyone else. Because I said it, Sam, I keep going back to this. When I was on that space and everyone was like, these United fans acting like if they drop Bruno and Rashford, they have anything better. They should be humbled, this and that. And I kept telling them, yes, they are not that good. As long as these guys are our spine and we act like they're the stars of the team and we don't need to replace them or do better or have even some fluidity in the team where we're not relying on one guy to score all the goals, maybe become an Arsenal and rely on Saka and Martinelli and Odegaard and your striker goals coming from everywhere. Until we become that team, I don't expect anything good, you know, because we are the boots that Rashford are wearing are too big for him. He's not that guy. And I've seen it time and time again. And listen, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and be a hypocrite and act like I wasn't celebrating what he was doing last season, because last season it was great. But I'm also honest when I say I called this guy a purple patch player. I said, I know he plays very well in patches and he has an X factor in him, but when he doesn't have it, you need to have some replacements. You need to have some other options. And as I said, Ten Hag did not set up this team to have multiple options instead of one guy getting all the goals. So when the goals dry out from him, where else are you getting goals? So for his own sake, Ten Hag, if he still wants to keep his job, by the way, if he loses the Galatasaray, I think it's going to be a big issue because forget football, forget everything. If you get knocked out of the Champions League group stage, it hurts the Glazers where it matters, in their pockets. You lose that money, the Glazers are going to start asking questions.
You remember how you welcomed Hamza into bottom row? I'll welcome you Europa League, Habibi. Ahla wa sahla.
I'm just
no. Inshallah, if we don't make it through the group stage, we finish 4th. I do not want to be in that.
No, but you know you're going to be
That's worse. That's worse.
I don't want to be in Europa. No, I don't want to be in Europa. I don't want to be in Europa. I don't want to listen to that. I don't want to listen to that again. I don't want to be co-streaming with Hussam on Thursday nights. Get that shit off the screen, bro. Remove that shit off the screen.
I even got that.
I'm just going to bring this all back to one thing. Everyone was always talking about Ten Hag's talent ID.
Here we go again with the same fucking words, man.
So forget about all that. Is it that he's not identifying the right people to play the way that he wants to play? Because how is it a year? You've made all these signings, you've done all these moves, and you don't seem any closer to what you actually want to do as a manager. So is it this whole DOF thing? You need a director of football to do it because he's clearly not capable of doing it. And I even have some red flags now. Is it that the Ajax system is so flawless that as a manager, it allows
He
him
doesn't
to
play
have
the
much
Ajax
more
system,
focus?
though. He doesn't play the Ajax system.
Let me finish. You understand? Is it the fact that he was at Ajax and it's such a good institution where everything is pretty much established? They bring in the players, everything's already sorted. He doesn't have to do too much. At Manchester United, where he needs to do those things, is that hindering his job or like?
Yeah, but if I say that, Hamza's gonna say excuses, and they always cry Glazers out. So
no, but these are legitimate points. We can be sensible.
Yeah, but Hamza's not gonna allow that. So I mean, you could say it, but you're a neutral, so you could say it, or you're a rival technically, so you could say it. But I can't say that. Hamza's gonna say excuses. And to be fair, the Glazers are not why we didn't beat Crystal Palace 1-0 anyways.
No.
I actually don't think
the guy is out of his depth. I think.
No,
I was actually gonna say I don't actually think it was
so weak.
The team was. I'll tell you something. I don't think it was completely the manager's fault.
Players are not playing for him anymore. I don't know.
He play if you
he
get
hasn't lost the dressing room.
If you have 72% possession in the game, Hamza
Rashford.
Hamza,
Bruno's not playing well.
If you have 72% possession in the game and you've only created 4 chances on target, because when Egal said you created a lot of chances, I looked. I was like, wait, what? We didn't create a lot of chances. We had a lot of the ball, but we didn't create anything.
My bad.
There was nothing significant. I'll tell you that, Egal. I sat there, like these shots on target. You know when you just shoot for the hell of it and the goalkeeper just picks up the ball easy? These are the 4 shots that we had on target. There was only like one good chance from Bruno where he forced Johnstone to make a save, and that's it.
So you guys you guys were laughing at me getting knocked out to Newcastle, celebrating.
And you still got knocked out.
You beating Crystal Palace second team, only 2-3 days later to face the real team, first team, and to lose that way. And it's embarrassing.
You lost the Wolves.
Like
I beat Wolves at least.
Bro. Yeah, but you know, remember because it was supposed to be a penalty with Onana.
We're back to excuse. You got to add that to the excuses. Put it down on the notes. It should have been a penalty.
Yeah, put it in.
Look, you got actually typing it
now.
Listen, Onana's been poor this season as well.
We're really talking about Onana. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Bro, they lost 1-0. What does the goalkeeper have to do with it?
No, but Onana, this season was supposed to be a revelation that this guy changes United. They're going to play from the back. He's going to make... I've realized this guy. I want you to watch this guy, what I say here. Bro, shots are supposed to be going there and I don't save it. Top corner, like there. If that's top corner there, yeah? My guy, the shots are here. My guy is not saving. Bro, that's easy. The shots are going here and then he waits until and then the ball goes in, then you see him there. Then I've rewinded, I see the ball is inside already. And I'm thinking, this guy probably he dives after the shot is already made and the goal's going in. Onana is not a good shot stopper. It's a fact. He's not a good shot stopper. He can't stop shots.
Forget about Onana for a second. Staffy, is there one player that Ten Hag has improved?
Nothing.
Are you talking about this season or in general? Because last season,
in general,
this season.
I mean, the team hasn't been playing well this season. So, do you want me to sit here and make up like, I don't know, positive lies just to sound like the season's been?
Because I feel like
the issue is, I'll tell you what the issues is. I mean, I just spoke about Rashford and Bruno for a while, and saying that our spine is not as good as people think, and it's like you guys didn't hear anything I said, but I won't repeat that because now you remember. No, I don't usually say it all the time. I mean, I think Bruno actually didn't play that bad. I don't think he played great, but he didn't play that bad. And I already talked about Rashford. But the issue is, I think the manager's starting to realize that some of these players that he trusts are not as good as he thought they were. He's setting up correctly, but he's not. The players are not doing. Like, you can set up well and still not win, and that just shows that you can get the formation right, but the players are just not technically good enough to do some of these things. If you can't create for 90 minutes and you have 72% of the ball against Crystal Palace, then I need to question all this chance creation thing that they talk about. Because how is Bruno this guy that creates all these chances, but he barely done anything in this game? How is Casemiro giving up the ball about 3 times in the goal that we conceded? Because the free kick, yes, it was a foul on Amrabat, but Casemiro gave it up in that sequence about 2-3 times, and every time we win it back, he loses it right away, first pass. So there's a lot of questions that need to be asked because I think he gets the shape right. I don't think the profiles are right. And I think it's mainly like him, one or two things. this whole talent ID that you guys like to use, I mean, you could use it as an argument in this stuff. And second, I think he trusts the wrong players. I think he thinks they're better than they are. And this is why it goes back to Rashford again saying, listen, you need to drop them because they're not doing what you're asking them. And that's the thing. A lot of these players are not doing what they're asking them. You bring in a striker like Højlund who feeds off service, and he gets 1-2 chances, 1-2 half chances a game. The guy is not Lewandowski. He's not going to score off half chances. He's a 20-year-old striker. He needs a little bit of service. Give him like 5 good chances so he can put 1 or 2 away. Don't give him 2 chances a game and people are like, oh, he's not scoring. Well, who do you think he is? He's not Didier Drogba. He's not going to score these tough chances that he gets once or twice a game. We're not creating enough.
That came to mind. Drogba ain't clinical like that.
Bro, I'm just saying good strikers' names, bro. Who do you want me to say? I'm not going to mention any Liverpool names, so don't even ask me.
No? TT only?
Luis Suarez.
Nah. Henry wasn't a service striker. He created his own.
Aguero.
Aguero. Listen, even Haaland, bro. Even Haaland, bro. You look at Venezuela. You look at Haaland nowadays. Haaland, scores. Haaland could score a hat trick, but he can miss about 5 easy chances, and that's very normal for a striker.
That's very normal against against Forest and Luton and stuff. 100%.
Luton, yeah.
But the point is that he still gets a lot of service, and we don't have. There was that one chance, and I put this on my Twitter. Rashford cut in, and he had a clear pass to put Højlund 1-on-1, and he dribbled into players instead. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating when you have someone like that. It's not chemistry. He's just never been this guy. Like I put clips of him.
I agree with Staffy completely, by the way.
He's always been this guy, and people wonder, well, like, oh, these strikers failed at United. I'm like, bro, who's in common? I did the same thing with Chelsea, by the way, when I said Mount was the one thing in common. He killed every striker that played with him. I'm gonna keep the same energy when it comes to my team. How come Rashford played with all these strikers and he still doesn't have an idea how to create for them? He's still not smart in certain positions. Okay, he gets a goal and stinks it up for 90 minutes, and people don't talk about the 90 minutes, and that's the issue.
Before I go to the super chats and move on to the big game this weekend, I want to ask you for solutions. Let's go into a magical world in which Staffy is now Ten Hag's assistant. Give me Staffy's 11 for tomorrow's game against Galatasaray. Forget what Ten Hag would do. Forget all of us. Give me your 11. What would you start tomorrow?
I mean, I'm going to consider injuries. So just for tomorrow, yes. The back line, unfortunately, remains unchanged because we don't have options. The lows are only fullback available. So I would keep the low and the right back. I would start Varane and what's his name? And Lindelof, even though Lindelof has been atrocious. I'll start any center back, actually, next to Varane. The role been garbage. Amrabat in left back, inverting like he's been doing the past couple games. Casemiro.
Would you start Harry Maguire?
He actually didn't play bad in the cup game. He actually looked decent.
Some people put Maguire center back, Lindelof right back. That's why I'm asking you.
Trust me, if you think Lindelof playing right back is a solution, you don't understand football. The guy has, by the way, if you want to know who has the worst progressing stats in our team, that's including goalkeepers, it's Lindelof. Lindelof has the worst progressing stats, which means he doesn't pass forward and he doesn't dribble forward. So no, I'm not putting someone who can't progress the ball on right back. Anyways, my midfield would be Casemiro, Mount, and Hannibal. And I am moving Bruno to the right wing. Yes, I am. And I'm putting, what's his name? Højlund, a striker, and I'm playing Garnacho on the left. I think Bruno playing on the right wing limits, listen, even when he makes mistakes and he gives the ball away, you'd rather lose the ball on the right wing than to lose it in the midfield. That's just always been obvious. And secondly, he likes to pass a lot. He likes to spam a lot, the ball, to cross it. Put him on the right wing and have him create for Højlund. I promise you, once you switch that focal point off Rashford for a little bit and you put it on multiple players in this team, we will become better. Because more than one player being the main guy on the team is better than it just being Rashford, who I'm sorry is not good enough, as I said.
Okay, let me just run through the super chats before we head to Liverpool Spurs. Big up to Don Yasser, who says Rashford plays football. He drives his car with his head down. Wow,
bro, that's absolutely facts. He runs into defenders and he runs into the curb or whatever.
You know what they call that in basketball? Tunnel vision.
That's great. That's a great super. No, but
you know what they call that in Arabic? Ghababa. That's what they call it.
No, sometimes tunnel vision is good if you're a Kobe or a Mike, but if you're a Rashford, it doesn't work. Big up to you, Don Yasser. Hamza, what do you think of that rugby player at Man United?
Bro, that guy is very stiff, man. The guy is not a footballer. The guy's not a footballer.
Hamza's
He
never
played
been
well,
really
I
honest,
thought.
but he played well, bro. He played.
He runs around, man.
The
What about
internet is
Erling
full of
Haaland? He ran around against
deluded.
Wolves.
The internet is full of deluded Man United fans. Accepted. Fair enough, Murad. I think the internet is full of deluded
Not
fans.
wrong.
Will
I think
Not
Staffy,
wrong.
that's unfair on him.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
that's
think
not-
he's saying that about me.
Yeah, he's saying about the internet. There's a back and forth
No,
happening.
because
in
I
Super
said
Chat.
there's a lot of deluded United fans, so I think he's backing my opinion up.
Big up to
At least I
Andy.
hope.
MU, I think that's what he's saying as well. Here's a fact: Pep Guardiola tested positive twice for steroids as a player. He has always
testosterone that you can find in
a
food.
cheater.
That's the same thing Pogba has going on right now.
Find in food, and in fact,
Guardiola is a druggie.
He's not.
Druggie.
He's in back in Brescia.
Listen,
Yeah,
I would
so
send him back to rehab. If I'm
testosterone
being
is
honest.
it's a common thing.
Someone
Rio,
test him.
and then AJ responds by Rio was banned
Yes.
8 months for PED usage.
Yeah.
Hey, I love these back and forths, man.
He
Big
missed
up,
the
big up.
drug test deliberately. They told him to wait after the game. They couldn't find him. United board refused to give where he was, and they had to
Fair
ban him.
enough. Fair enough. Big up to Abdullah says random. I want Arsenal to buy Victor Boniface over Tony. Ivan is another version of Jesus. How dare you disrespect Ivan Tony like that?
Yeah,
Ivan
no,
Toney-
no. He's correct. Yeah, leave Tony. Leave
Look
Tony.
at you.
That's
There you are.
No,
There you
no.
are. It's because you
And
want.
yeah,
Sam,
go get your
I'm
bony
happy to
face.
see you've changed your tune on Ivan Tony.
No, I've always said Ivan Tony's clinical.
Oh.
Over Jesus, 100%. 100% over Jesus. Come on, man. Abdullah, can lie to you. You're crazy. انت زلمتي بس مجنون والله. Big up to Murad who says I thought Rashford was the best winger in the league. Whoever says that, please go and slap him right now because there's only one correct answer to that question. And we all know who he is. He wears the number 11. Big up to you, Murad. Big up to Mandy who says Egal, forget about Ten Hag. Worry about your bottling Lego head manager who's only good for putting out cones for Pep. Big up Staffy and Hussam. And then Abdullah rebuttals her by saying, Mandy, we are good on this side of the table. Second in the league and haven't lost a game. We don't have all our players. No need to result to insults. What are you saying, Egal, on the Lego head?
I think he said everything there. There's no need for me to even respond. Mandy's just hating for no reason.
Big up Mandy, man. Big up Mandy. I know Mo's not here and he's your crush and stuff, but you know, big up my guy, Egal. Big up to Vic who says, who's MA? Mikel Arteta, 0 titles in his first full season, and Ten Hag 1 title.
What do you mean? Mikel Arteta won the FA Cup his first 6 months in the job.
Can lie, Vic, you have to hold an L for that one still. Anyway, big up to everyone who sent in a super chat. As I said, we're gonna get a shout out at the end. Big up to everyone who followed me on the Insta as well. We told you guys we're gonna shout out to anyone who followed on the Insta. Big up Mandy, big up Adia, big up Phobian, Saint Nick, Joan, Gia as well. Big up to you. Big up to everyone who follows on the Insta, man. Big up to everyone who sent in super chats. Make sure you're all liking and subscribing. There's 700 people watching us at this time of the night. We've gone clear, man. The A-listers, big up, Habibis. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you're liking and subscribing. That wasn't the Illuminati sign, by the way. That was me attempting an A and failing. So like and subscribe. So we have to move on to it. I cannot prolong this any further, my lovely people. Liverpool 1, Tottenham Hotspur 2. Lewis, I'm going to start with you for this section. What do you want to say on that game? Let's see how shameless you are. Go on.
The first thing I want to say is that I'm very, very disappointed in Liverpool. I wanted them to get the result against Tottenham. I needed them to get pulled down from their perch, but they're just a bit naive. Like, I understand the questions about VAR and everything, but I thought Liverpool fans really overhyped the whole refereeing situation. I saw some tweets, I think it was from you as well, saying it was the worst refereeing performance since the Barcelona game against Chelsea.
He said it's worse than that. He said it's worse than that.
Worse than that, please, no. 4 horrific penalties.
Before you carry on, can I just present my argument? Back then, there was no VAR. Isn't VAR supposed to fix these problems?
That's great, but that's one decision compared to 4 decisions. So no,
it's not
no,
one decision.
It's
Jota should have been sent off. The first yellow.
No. Like there was a lot of nippy fouls from him throughout his time on the pitch. Like he was naive, in my opinion. I thought the whole position with Liverpool is that the offside. Fair enough, I understand that, but we can't blame the referee for that. You need to blame VAR as a whole. That's a bigger issue. But in spite of that, the way Spurs played, they caused problems for Liverpool, and they just looked shaky and they looked nervous. And I felt like that showed its way in a bunch of periods in the first and second half. But it is what it is. They persevered and they were able to get the result. Fact is, this is the way football is sometimes. I've seen it enough times when we've played you. The Lukaku offside, Mane elbowing Azpilicueta, Keita kicking Chalobah in the balls. But we were told to just get over it whenever those situations happen. So I have to put the same thought process to Liverpool. Yeah, you had the bad decision and everything, but you're going to have to get over it. You dropped the 3 points. You were very confident in believing you could get those 3 points. And we're here a week after the fact and you didn't deliver. You guys failed. It's an L. You guys have to just dust it down, put the excuses down, and just hold it. You guys are still a good team. You'll finish top third and everything like that, but it's a disappointing performance from you guys and a disappointing result. It was one bad decision. It wasn't nearly as bad as the way Liverpool fans overhyped it. And you guys are going to have to hold that. It's as simple as that. As much as I hate it from Tottenham, they handled the game really well. And I hate it. But they did it. And we have to give them credit.
Tottenham needed
Egal, before you go, because you're going to be the sensible one on this one, because the other.
No, he's not. He hates Spurs. What do you mean he's going to be the sensible?
No. I've heard Egal's take, and it's 100% sensible. So is yours. So let's start with the shamelessness. Hamza, talk to me about Spurs Liverpool.
Listen, I just think listen.
This is an opportunity to be honest for once in your life.
I love when we're listening and Hamza says listen.
Liverpool, listen, the Liverpool played well. Was that an unfair decision for that goal? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it was. You should have stood that goal. Yeah, 100%. Luis Diaz goal should have stood. That was unfair. I've been injustice of that mistake. When I said about Huang, you said it doesn't matter. You looked at the foul before that. So at the end of the day, you can't just keep doing it. Can't be you want your decision to go your way and you want to ignore the decision of others. That's why people have a problem with Liverpool. Like
you're saying,
we are saying, fair enough. It was a
I didn't ignore it, by the way. I said Cunha was fouled and it wasn't given.
You have the habit when we complain, you say, oh, you're complaining, you're making excuses. But when you're making excuses, you want us to cry with you. We're not going to cry with you now because you didn't cry with us. Chelsea have been victims against your game. I remember Lukaku being on side in the final. And if they could have taken that, and you probably would have paraded one cup. You wouldn't have paraded two.
The last time they played, Jota kicked Skip in the head. He didn't get a card for it, and he scored the winner.
I remember
what it is.
I remember Mane and Hussam said you couldn't have sent him off. He was too early at the game. I was like, what do you mean too early? The guy was like 15 seconds. It doesn't matter. It was
I had a penalty against Palace that I didn't talk about, and I wasn't crying like this guy.
And you know, it happens to.
So we're gonna bring tribalism now. Just name all the VAR decisions that Liverpool got.
I had an offside goal against me, and I had a penalty hand goal that I wasn't given.
In fact, the thing is, I'm being honest. In fact, we started mocking you, calling you Liverpool with the VAR, LIVAR. Who started that? Because you had all the VAR on your decisions.
You want to talk about hand of fraud or no?
No, but we saw Hussam. You always used to have.
That's VAR. The reason why you won the league. Hand of fraud.
Listen. I've got here to show you the statistic. You've had VAR on your decision more than any other team.
Because VAR overturns the right decision.
No, the wrong decision. It should have been wrong, but they gave it for Liverpool.
No,
that's not. Let me find it here, man. What are we doing here? Have you been reading?
Why are you lying?
1 second, let me find
because the referee makes the wrong decision.
The whole reason why VAR overturns things is because originally it was the incorrect decision and they put it to the right decision. So if you
Liverpool have been at fault
on VAR,
they've made
that means you're getting a lot of decisions against you.
1 second, you cry baby first, You've cried for Bournemouth for nearly an anniversary. It's going to be next year. Listen, Liverpool have complained more than any other team. And they've had the decision on their side. I'm saying yes, it was 100%. I'm putting my hand up. 100%. If you'd be a fool not to say that was not a goal, but the red card should have stood. The red card for Curtis Jones, and that's 100%. You know,
and the Jota one, the first yellow. Did you see Udogie fell by himself?
No, that one. Yeah, you're right. You're right, probably. But the thing is,
that's a goal and a red, bro. That's a big decision.
Some 1 second. No, look, I'm agreeing with you, but the problem is we've had this yellow, and you thinking that's not a yellow, man. What are you doing here? and the guy booked it, gave him a yellow card. It's happened to my team. I can name you events where I've been given a yellow and it's not a yellow, Sam. But you know, once you're on a yellow, Sam, you have to be careful. Be very careful. So that second yellow puts him at risk. So Jota shouldn't have been. Don't slide. Be very. Look at Kukurela today. He was on a yellow, so he didn't even make that
Who's
tackle.
playing my watch along in the background? What the hell?
Not me.
The hell?
Yo, Staffy.
The job of the referee is called managing a game. You just gave the guy a yellow card. You don't bring out a yellow card 10 seconds later when the team is already a man down.
I don't know what rule was that you're talking about.
This is pathetic. This is
Gotta play world's smallest violin.
I'm just gonna wait because my man's.
This is my favorite part here.
Big football club. You're a disgrace. You're pathetic. Fuck Tottenham Hotspur. Fuck the BGOML. Fuck the referee association. Fuck Ange Postecoglou. Oh, okay. He says me, and he's nice, and he's such a nice guy. So let me fuck up the entire league. Shove your apology. Shove your manager. I've never seen a bigger theft. This is theft. This is not football anymore. This is an absolute disgrace. This is an absolute disgrace.
This is funny.
And I will not have a go at a single Liverpool player. Is Matip a clown? Absolutely.
I think we've had enough. That was great, though.
No, keep going.
Imagine, let me tell you, Staffy.
I'll go more.
This is what happens. This is what happens.
I just love the part when you call the referee a khinzir. I want to wait for that.
The ability to make decisions in a footballing game. That ball in the VAR room with all the cookie crumbles falling on his stomach with no hair on his head. Decided that was the red. And when they showed him the replay, they didn't even show him the tackle. They just paused it on Curtis Jones's foot on the guy's foot. This is what happens when you make idiots make decisions. I'm not a pilot. I can't fly a plane. You won't trust me to fly a plane if I was the pilot. So why are you trusting idiots who know fuck all about football to make decisions in the best league in the world?
I'm spitting.
That's why this Euros there will be no English referees. This is why in
Just wish we had the synergy in the Carabao Cup final all them years ago. Hey.
For a good reason. I'll not say a single negative word about any of my players. Absolute animals. Absolute animals. Absolute animals on the football pitch today. I will not say a single negative word. But that referee, disgrace. Disgrace. I hope your wife leaves you. Diarrhea in your entire life.
How are you wishing such bad energy?
You disgusting pig. Ya khinzir. Ya ibn al-kalb. And that guy in the VAR room, I hope the same happens to you.
I'm done. Man said you
violence in the chat, man.
Yeah, khinzir, ibn al-kalb. That's so funny, bro. The guy was
Staffy. We all know Hamza's the most shameless guy, and even he's like, I agree. Jota's one was in a red, and Diaz one was onside. Come on, man.
Yeah,
wallahi, it was too much. The Spurs one, wallahi, was too much. Wallahi, was too much.
Decisions make goals wrong. We know it's happened to me at Old Trafford. You even said no. So I know the hypocrisy is mad.
What do you mean? No, I didn't. By the way, I said that goal. Wallahi, I said that Bruno goal shouldn't have stood. The Rashford one where Bruno touched it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it shouldn't have stood. Wallahi, I said it shouldn't have stood.
Yeah, but listen, I'm not complaining. Even yesterday, Huang, he had 2 fouls afterwards, and he didn't get
number 11.
I don't care.
He's just angry. He's just angry, Hamza, that he sat here and he talked about sleeping like a baby and all that. And listen, he ended up throwing a fit.
My club don't do that.
He ended up throwing a fit like a baby. He said he was going to sleep like one, but then he acted like
before the game.
By the way, if you guys want to talk football,
let me tell you.
If you guys want to talk football,
from
my perspective, everything I said got proven right.
Let me land, guys. You guys hate Liverpool. 1 second. You guys hate Liverpool, and you have 1 second. You guys are hating on Liverpool, and let's be honest. If this happened to your club, you'd be fuming. Let's be honest. You had situations where these kind of things happened to your clubs in the past, and if it was a clear-cut decision like this, we can all see with the naked eye that the man was onside. We can all see it. We didn't need VAR. They messed up.
No one denied it.
It was a mistake from the VAR assistant VAR guy. He said check complete when he should have said the check is not complete. This is we should review it. But he thought that the goal was given and it wasn't.
They need to
Imagine
bring
how
that
pathetic
technology
that
from
was.
Champions League.
Like,
So you guys are hating right now. The reality
why?
is
Who said it is?
Liverpool got robbed.
We
in
just
broad
admitted
daylight.
it was.
Who said-
What's
Liverpool
Egal
got robbed
talking
in
about?
broad daylight.
What are you
And
talking?
you guys
Yo.
are chatting shit, trying to deflect
No,
on
but
other
we're
things.
saying yes, it
Get
was.
back. Get back
Imagine
to the
being
main
told by
point.
Egal that you're chatting
Get
shit.
back to the
Wallah
main point.
al-Iyama.
Oh my
Well, I'm gonna
god.
say what I gotta say because I'm seeing it that you guys are
W's in
telling
the
him,
chat for Egal
you guys are
Hussam
telling
Army
him,
right now.
you guys are telling him that he's wrong to be complaining about referees, that he's wrong to be complaining about the fact that Tottenham won that game. Tottenham did
No.
not deserve to win that game. It took them 2 red cards, 9 men, and the 96th-minute winner, an onside goal. Remember last week they were making fun of a penalty and an onside goal. Now this week they're celebrating after winning down to 9 men with an onside goal. They didn't even win the game. Matip gave them the game. The referees gave them the game. No fault of their own, but the referees gave them the game. Liverpool, from this loss, actually showed that they're a better team than last year. Liverpool last year would not have been able. Liverpool last year would not have been able to hold that down. Now you still have to give Spurs credit because guess what? They had to go and win the game and they had to show the courage to continue to push, and they did that. But in the same breath, we're overrating this win for Spurs. The referees handed them 2 red cards. The first one, fair. The second one, Jota should have never got a yellow in the first place for the first yellow. What's it called? Udogie tripped over his own feet.
He fell by himself.
He tripped over his own feet. That's bullshit. We've seen these kind of fouls given before, and the referee
rash decision making after the first
under 2 minutes, guys. Under 2 minutes, he gave them.
Call it what it is, man.
Bro, you had your moment to speak. Under 2 minutes, he gave them 2 yellows. 2 yellows under 2 minutes for one player. Nobody does that in the Premier League, especially when they're down.
When you get off your feet right after a yellow, what's the referee supposed to do? He's going to be like, oh, I just gave you a yellow. Never mind. Tackle anyone you want.
Jota is stupid for doing that, but the referee had no control of the game. The assistant referee needs to be sacked. He needs to be removed, and he needs to get the hell out of this place because they cannot be refereeing games. The Chelsea game, they're supposed to referee it. Guess what? They took them off that game. These referees need to bring in semi-automatic offsides because clearly they cannot do the offside lines
ones,
themselves.
you mean? I agree.
Yeah, bring in the same one that FIFA have, the semi-automatic lines. When it comes to the refereeing mistakes, we should take tribalism out of it. Get rid of the tribalism bullshit because I don't want to hear Ange Postecoglou saying, "Oh, it's human error, mate. These things happen, mate." Bullshit.
What is he meant to do, bro? Is he gonna say, "Oh, take all 3 points"? I'm sorry that they got it wrong.
The whole reason why he's saying that is because he doesn't want to discredit his team. And I get it to a certain degree, but in the same breath, he has an opportunity to be honest and say, you know what? We were lucky on the day. These instead of saying, "Oh, human error is part of the game." No, the whole reason why we have
you just said you get it.
Let me land. The whole reason why we have technology is to get rid of human error. This is the technology is there to help us get rid of human error. But guess what? We have to accept it because it happened. Fuck that.
It happens to everyone, man.
What does that have to do with Ange? I don't get it. What is Ange supposed
to
do?
Don't be a crybaby, man.
Pick them up.
This is the problem.
Last year,
it's just
it happens to everyone. It happens to everyone. Why do
can I say something quickly? Can I say something quickly? I want to make something clear. Let me, Hamza, wallah, I will be completely honest right now, zero shamelessness. This happens to everyone. This affects everyone in the league, not just Liverpool. But you know, that's what makes Liverpool's statement even better. Because they're saying we're escalating this. They're saying shove your apology, which is actually asking for action from PGMOL. So I don't get why people are upset. Last season, Arsenal drew to Brentford because a guy forgot to draw the line. There is a difference between human error and incompetency. Imagine all 5 of us are walking in London. Hamza slips and he falls on Staffy and Staffy falls down. That's human error. But if Hamza is looking at his phone as he's walking and he bumps into a guy and he falls into the ground, that's incompetency. That's 2 different things completely. My problem in that game was, here's the thing. Right now, we can all say, hold that Liverpool, blah, blah, blah. But I saw in the last 48 hours, I've genuinely seen a shift in all fans. Most fans that are not doing the tribalism stuff. There are many United fans of telling me, Sam, you got robbed, and it's time for us to fix the refereeing in this country. Now, I'll say why this is not just a Liverpool thing, okay? Next week, Arsenal take on City, which is a game all of us want to watch, which is a game every single one of us will sit there, inshallah, if we're alive, safe, and healthy, and we'll watch. Probably a couple of us going to do watch-along, stuff like that. What's going to happen if we all sit again for one of the games that we are so excited for, and another referee messes up one of the games of the season. Then what?
I just didn't
What
see the
if-
same energy when I came here after the Spurs game and then the Arsenal game when they played Spurs, when Romero got a penalty for the same handball that we had in our game, and no, Egal didn't step up for me.
Bro,
He
that's a
didn't say,
subjective decision. It's not a black
oh,
and
now
white.
it's subjective. Okay, so it depends
Bro,
on
it's
if it's your
offside
favor,
subjective.
Egal, or not.
Yo, Staffy.
You
No, but I
guys
think
just want to sit
handball-
here. Here's the thing, Egal. Here's the
Staffy,
thing.
handball is
This is
different
why
from
responsible here. Is
Staffy,
offside
handball is different
offside
than
the same
onside
as a
because I
handball?
forgot to draw the line.
Bro,
Come
it
on,
is the
forgot to draw
same
the line.
handball, and
No,
no
it's
one
not.
said
That's
anything.
pathetic.
You just want to sit here and you want to meet ride Liverpool all weekend. You and all the Arsenal fans, and you guys want to
Bro,
sit here and
you
scissor each
literally
other.
said you're a Spurs fan today. What the hell are you
Yes,
talking
and a
about?
fucking joke, but you're sitting here and you're making all the excuses in the book just because you
Bro,
don't like
I'm keeping it
Spurs.
real.
You're making excuses,
I'm
Keeping
man.
it real. No wonder
Side.
why people come at you all the time, bro.
It's
Because you're just
keeping it
doing that
real.
because it's against
What-
if
the
this
problem
was if this was Spurs the other way,
Liverpool,
bro, if it was Spurs the other way, this guy wouldn't have sat
Bro,
here and
you're
said a word. He'd be
Zuckerberg.
like, you know what, shit happens.
It's
Bro,
okay.
he sat here
Bro,
and he
I
said that
always-
we're. Bro,
listen,
me and Hamza
Staffy,
didn't even
Hey,
say
this is
anything
favour
about the goal.
for
He
the
knew
count
it
of
should have
Bro,
been
He said
five.
you
there's
might
a
not
goal.
know me.
We're
You
just
might not
saying,
know
listen.
me. I thought you knew me. Bro, I thought you knew me. Hussam, you've been doing this streams for me with a long time. Even when it's Tottenham, do I not call out egregious calls on referees on any
He does.
team?
He does. He does.
We've been doing vibes from the 6 on my channel for over 2 years before this.
Whatever.
Lewis
He
was
knows.
upset when they
Doesn't
did this
matter.
to when this happened to Cucurella, when the guy was doing, in the words of Van Gaal, sex masochism. He was doing this to the guy and nothing got given. He was upset.
Hey,
By the way,
but I still
every
called
decision-
out
As it
Donkey
is, bro.
29 for missing his chances.
Okay, you
Both
are
ways.
correct.
No.
Both
Okay,
ways.
you are correct. You want to talk football? Let's talk football. When it was 11v11, we had 6 shots. They had 1. We had 0.45 xg. They had 0.01 xg. If you want to use the new school of thought.
No,
After
what's the
that-
ball possession?
Hear me out. Hear me out. I'm going to talk football. No shamelessness. After when we went down to 10 men, Luis Diaz scored a perfectly onside goal. And then we make the substitution. I did a halftime show. 3 of the most negative people on earth. Everyone here knows who watches me. Ibrahim, Albert, and others. They came on and they're like, Hussam, we're going to win this game even with 10 men. Because if you watch that game, you know Liverpool were lethal. Liverpool were dangerous. All we were going to do second half, take off Luis Diaz, put on Nunez, counter-attack, like we did against Newcastle. And we probably end up winning the game. I think if you want to talk football, genuine football, and put all referee decisions to the side, wallah, I'm going to make a statement right now, football related, has nothing to do with the referees, that you all must agree with just based on logic. The fact that Tottenham Hotspur needed a 95th minute own goal against 9 men Liverpool shows how overhyped Spurs are and how fraudulent all this Spurs hype is, and that there will come, because we have to be honest. Let me ask you guys a genuine question. If the roles were reversed and Tottenham had 9 players, how many goals do Liverpool score? Go on, be honest. Away. How many? They couldn't break down 9-man Liverpool. 9 man, they couldn't break us down. So how can I sit here?
No, your defense.
How
What
can
you
I
did.
sit here and
I
say
tell you
Tottenham
what,
deserves to win?
I tell you
Come
what.
on, man.
No, you can. I could listen. Tottenham had taken Son off. What were you embarrassing yourself? Tottenham.
No,
had
Son was on.
taken-
don't
one
lie.
second, one
Son was
second.
on even with 9 men.
Tottenham
Alisson made the
had-
save.
No, he wasn't.
Alisson made the save.
Tottenham
Don't
got
lie.
taken
Don't
off
lie.
for the 1-1, and that was a dumb
Nah,
decision.
Hussam, he did get taken off. I
They
think.
did. They
No,
took
no. He got taken off,
they
but
took
he
him
still
off
played against
at
9 men.
60th
He still
minute.
did for 15 minutes.
No.
goal.
Son was taken off at 65th minute or something.
Yeah,
He
actually,
got
I would
taken
check it
off.
right now.
Yeah, go and
It
check.
means
it.
when the goal was
He got
scored,
taken
the
off
sun
in the
was
70th
wasn't
minute.
Guys,
on.
Staffy. They had
Will
Richarlison.
is the Spurs fan. See, there you are.
They had Richarlison. They had
Couldn't break down
Richarlison.
9 men Liverpool.
And they guess what they did? They put 5 at the back. They put Van Dijk, Matip, Konate, Trent, and Robertson. Bro, it doesn't matter how Spurs doesn't
Would
have
you
a league
break?
contract.
Would you break it down, Hamza? Be honest. Would you break it down?
Oh, you've parked the bus. You're holding
Okay.
your hands.
Would you
They
break
have
down? Would you
to.
break down that bus? You as Man City, would you break it down? Be honest. Yes,
You
right.
break it down.
Against 9 men. Okay.
No. But
Would
you're not coming
Arsenal-
out to
would-
attack the ball. No. But
Okay, one second. Would Arsenal break it down? Be
Football's
honest.
not
Would
like
Arsenal
that.
break it down?
Sam, no. You're
Yeah,
not
Hamza,
coming
just
out-
answer my question.
No,
Wallah,
Hamza,
just
what's
answer.
your point?
No, because the way you played,
No, because
played
City and
well.
Arsenal would
You
have broken
sat
us
back-
down and scored 4
You
goals.
sat back completely 5 at the back. You
What
put
else are we
3
supposed to
there.
do? We have 9 men. You want me to attack?
True.
There's no way. The only way to do that is to shoot from far. You gave them no option, and they had no attacking threat. So I
what I'm
give
saying,
credit to
MPL.
Tottenham. Losing Harry Kane, having Son out, and they played this guy from right winger guy, and they had Richarlison. Listen, give credit to them, man. Listen, sometimes you need to
No
blind
one took
them. Whether it's
credit from
9 men,
them.
whether it's 10 men.
Credit
did
for
what,
what, bro?
Hussam?
Tell me credit
You did
for
what,
what?
Hussam? If you had drawn that game, Hussam, it would have given you mental, like, encouragement. But you know what? It broke you. It's broken.
No.
Yes.
Actually, now I feel more confident than ever because what I saw from the team shows me that we're serious. Because if the roles were reversed, we beat them by 4 goals, bro.
Hey,
This is my
you're
thing.
dangerous. Your attack is dangerous.
Yeah, that's my point.
Their
That's why I
attack
was
is not
confident
dangerous.
even with 10 men.
Their attack is not dangerous, Hussam. They lost Harry Kane, they didn't replace him. Son is the only guy. Hussam, are you scared of Richarlison?
Doesn't that make his point?
Yeah, he's right. That's what I'm saying. He will be dangerous. He will hit them badly because Sam's attack is dangerous, but their attack is a joke or something. Even if they played 11 men, I had trust that your defense of Konate, Matip, and Van Dijk, bro, they're good, man. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I agree with you, Hamza. Look, I'm not saying Tottenham are bad. All I'm saying is, even you yourself just said Jota shouldn't have been sent off and the goal should have been given. Those two decisions heavily impacted the end result. And Mu'min, big up Footy Judge Mo. Big up Footy Judge Mo who said this. He's an Inter Milan fan, so he has no horse in this race.
Yeah, you're right.
He said another problem in the game was all the 50-50s were given Spurs' way. Even the Salah on Bissouma one, all these decisions, feet foul Spurs directly. This is the problem.
You're right. You're focused. No doubt. But don't complain too much, man. Listen, just humble yourself. Don't play victim mentality. It's embarrassing now for the world.
Bro, they were literally robbed. It's not victim mentality when the
Are you another victim mentality, man? Come on, man. Just move on and just
Hamza, if the PGOL apologized to any of our clubs after a game,
I rate Liverpool.
You say it's victim mentality when it's clearly an error.
Team. Liverpool win all the game. You'll get your decision your way or something. Don't worry about it. It's annoying. They're not gonna change it because they don't want to pay for the technology. These losers are not gonna. I prefer to have the technology of the World Cup. I prefer the Champions League technology. But
I said that earlier. Semi-automatic lines. We need that.
Yeah, but they're not gonna change it. These people who run the FA are old guys who are not used to change, and they run a lot of organization. And they need to understand football needs to change. They refused for goal line technology for how many years? FIFA refused for 20 years. Goal line technology to have a little thing, just a camera to check whether the ball is in. England got cheated against Germany when Frank Lampard scored. Yeah, they refused for 20 years. These guys are old guys. They're not used to change. They want to keep it the old way because they feel, we're losing this to technology. They don't want to use computers. You know what I'm saying? That's what Hassan's right. I agree with that. I've always been against it, but people tell me I'm complaining too much. But when it's happened to you guys, if someone wants to change the rules.
Let me ask you guys a question. What Hussam said about the whole Tottenham team being a little overhyped. I definitely agree with that. I'm not saying they're terrible.
Shocker.
It's early in their time, but these guys are being put in conversations of title race. People are actually talking about them in that type of breath, comparing them to Tottenham. Comparing Tottenham 7 games into a season when they've got a new manager, they haven't faced any adversity yet. We don't know what this team's going to look like.
You're just jealous that they're rebuilding.
Obviously,
Egal is just jealous. I'm a call it. Egal is just jealous.
I know what you're about to say. But
Egal is just jealous that their rebuild is going quicker than their rebuild with Arteta.
Liverpool.
Bro,
that's why he's mad. This is why he's talking about
United. I heard this about Manchester United. Ten Hag in 6 months did what Arteta couldn't do in 3 months, 3 years. Where are you now? Every year.
What does that have to do with my point? I just said you're jealous of your rivals because their rebuild is going quicker than. No, it's clear, Egal, and we can see it. I asked you a genuine question. You're throwing it back at me at jealousy. It has nothing to do with jealousy. You are jealous, Egal. You are jealous of Spurs.
I'm simply saying
because they don't look like they're going to finish 8th twice under the new manager like you did. You're just jealous. They're moving quicker than you.
I don't care because we're a better team than them. Why would I care about this?
We're talking about way too much. You just said basically. You just said that. No, you said that they're overhyped, and it's a. Can I explain why? Because you said it with your mouth.
Me. Let me finish, and then you can go.
Bro, you just asked us if we believe what Sam said was true. If this whole hype thing that they're being overhyped. And then I'm using that against you to tell you that you're just being jealous. That's what you said then. You're like, but I didn't say anything yet. I didn't finish it.
They should have beaten you in your stadium.
Just jealous, bro, because they finished 8th twice and he sees them doing well. They're undefeated. Hamza, they're undefeated. He's talking about Arsenal being undefeated. Listen, Spurs
Bro,
are
we're actually
undefeated.
undefeated in all competitions.
You're a
unlike
Yeah, and
fool.
Spurs are undefeated in the league, and they're jealous, bro.
They're
That's
not
all it is.
undefeated in all competitions. They're
He's
out
a
of the
fool
League Cup
because he was
already.
laughing at Liverpool and I said
Listen,
Liverpool are dangerous.
You guys
Now he's trying to join Hassan.
keep
He's the
gassing up
biggest fraud here.
Tottenham. Keep
Hassan,
gassing up Tottenham.
you
No
did
one's
well.
gassing
They're
them up,
simply
but
not
you
as
want to
good as you
shit.
guys are making
You
them
want
out
to shit
to
on
be.
them every week.
No.
Not
Bro,
a single person here hyped them up. You're just trying to shit on them, saying they're overhyped. But now I'm telling you, you're jealous, and you don't like that. It's jealousy.
No,
You're
bro,
saying you're
it's
gonna
not
beat them
jealousy.
4-0.
I can give you the facts. These guys.
Staffy, you wanna
guys-
make a bet right now? A-listers bet. By December, by mid-December, Spurs will be out the top 3, guaranteed right now.
I didn't say they're going to compete for the league. I
No,
made
I'm
no
saying by
statements.
December.
The
I'm
only
not saying
statement I
May.
made.
December. Only December, not May. By December, they'll be out the top 3.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe, but it doesn't mean they're going to have a shit season.
No.
A lot of people put them outside. A lot of people put them outside the top 5, the top 6. Some people said they're going to finish 10th. But now because they're playing good football,
Patrick,
people want to say they're overhyped.
Staffy. That's what it is.
Patrick, who both of me and you know, put them 9th. We're saying overhyped based on right now, on what people are saying. Now, the issue is, look, I'm not telling Spurs fans don't celebrate. I'm not telling them don't be happy. All I'm saying is, if you're watching that game as a genuine spectator of football, with everything going against Liverpool, they needed a 95th minute own goal to win a game against 9 men.
Habibi, who
That
dismissed
game, if
that?
anything,
Who dismissed that? We already know that.
No, I'm not. يا أخي, خلنا أوصل لك فكرة. That game gives you more positive indication about Liverpool than it does Spurs. It shows you.
I already know that you guys are better than Spurs. That doesn't change anything to me. The whole thing that they're overhyped, they're not overhyped, bro. The fact that they even went that far. Listen, even if it ended 0-0, whatever it is, the game wasn't one-sided even before the red card. Okay, and this is why I'm sitting here and I'm like, listen, I get what happened, and shit happens in football games. Yes, I would be raging about it. I would have done more than you if I had that goal disallowed. Don't get me wrong, and I already agree with that. But the whole thing that we're using this as a stick to beat Spurs now and saying that they're overhyped because of one game, we're gonna say they're overhyped.
People are putting them in challenge conversations.
Who
here said that, Egal? Not a single person.
On Never Foul the other day, Judge Mo, who's literally in the comments right now, said Arsenal average. Sean, who's a Tottenham fan, was saying we're on the same level. You have Tottenham fans saying after they beat Liverpool that they're on the same level as Liverpool. Hussam can verbatimly.
I don't think they're on the same level as Liverpool.
Staffy, once again, I'm going to say this. As a Manchester United fan, you're not seeing this because you don't view them as your rival. You're looking at Liverpool losing, and you're more or less laughing at that.
Oh my God! What does that have to?
You don't see what I'm seeing.
Staffy, he's embarrassed.
Maybe you should have beaten them.
Staffy, he's embarrassed that his manager said
that. Beat them, then there wouldn't be this problem.
Staffy,
bro, you know what? We should have beat them, and we couldn't do it.
Simple as that.
What it is.
He's embarrassed. His manager spent 700 million. Could not be a manager that came from Scotland.
Bro, Tottenham treats you like their side chick every year. Why you chatting?
Came to his stadium.
I agree.
Walked away 2-2 draw. Should have beaten him. He's so sad. He can't believe it.
Bro, you couldn't beat Wolves. Why are you talking about Tottenham?
Sam was drawing with them with 9 men.
Bro, you couldn't beat Wolves. Why are you chatting?
He's thinking, how did Sam do it? So he's trying to join Sam, but you're the fraud here.
We're in the same level.
Proof right here, Will. By the way, big up Will, who actually. This is the guy that did the 1 second Egal.
Bro.
This is the guy that
did the
video.
Yeah, Will. Do another 1 hour special. You're delusional, bro. To think you're on the same level as Arsenal when you guys don't have a squad, you don't have squad depth, you don't have a bench. When you rotate Son, for who? Who do you bring off the bench? Nobody. Your manager has played 7 games and you guys are tuning up his horn. And Postecoglou, because he says mate and he does all this random shit. Get out of here, bro. What have you actually done? Nothing. You lost in the League Cup already. Yes, you're undefeated at this moment in time. But the moment you start dropping points and people figure you out, we're going to see who the true Tottenham is. Right now, it's a new manager bounce. A lot of people don't know what situation is. And guess what? You're allowed to be happy. I'm not saying don't be happy. I get you guys are playing good football. That's good for you guys. And it's refreshing for you guys. But don't get ahead of yourselves. I've seen this with my own fan base. I'm just telling you from experience. Don't get too far ahead of yourself because you're not on the level that you think you are. And you're gonna seriously hurt your feelings when you raise your expectations too high and it comes crashing down at the end of the season.
Boom.
Right.
And on that
bombshell,
and listen, on that bombshell, look, I want to move on to the final segment because I don't want to keep you guys for too long. Bloody hell, it's 4 a.m. over here. Staff has to go because he's about to go live on his channel. We're not going to keep it running for too long. 10, 15 minutes max, so we can let Lewis and Egal talk about their teams winning, and then after that, we end the video. So big up to you, Staffy. Make sure to go to Staffy TV. Stay on this video anyway with us, and we'll redirect you to him as soon as this video ends. Unless Staffy wants to wait 15 minutes, up to him.
I'm just waiting on Mo anyways. So the minute.
Okay, خلاص. Whenever you want to go, feel free to do so, حبيبي. So let me just run through the super chats before we go to Chelsea and Arsenal winning. Big up to Abu Bakr who says, when did Chelsea buy this Broya guy? He seems better than Jackson, says Abu Bakr. We're going to let Lewis discuss that in a second. So just hold tight, wait for the Chelsea segment now. Lewis about to be shameless as hell. Big up to Omar who says, Skip should have been sent off and Lukaku was offside. Yes, and all these decisions that have went through to our favor are also wrong. That's just how life works. Man United have been destroyed by referees this season in the VAR. Crystal Palace, the goal should have been ruled off, a line of sight, and they should have had a penalty. In the reverse, Onana punched the Wolves player. We can say both things. At the end of the day, VAR is here to fix human error, which it isn't doing. I can't lie to you, Kave. I deleted that tweet because some people are sensitive. I'm gonna be so real with you. Big up for the super chat, Kave, but I had to delete that one still, Habibi. But thanks so much for the super chat. Big up to Abdullah, who says, keep it real, the game was a joke, and if they were given that goal, the momentum of the game would have been completely different. 100%. That Diaz goal gets counted. I think we can 100% win that game. 100% we win that game. So big up to you, Habibi Abdullah. Yo, where's that? There's a super chat disappeared. Yeah. Ya Rabbi. Yo, there's a guy who sent in a super chat now. I'll read it in a second. Just hold tight. Big up to Danny D, who says, Egal, we live rent-free in your head. Hold that. Listen, Spurs don't live rent-free in anyone's head. I'm going to be honest with you. Big up to Murad, who says, I'm going to rob a bank because it happens. That's the logic. You know, it happens, so we might as well just get over it. So, خلاص, let me just go rob a bank. I'll be rich.
Committing a federal crime is the same as a refereeing decision. What a great analogy.
Big up to Omar Rushdie, who says, Hamza, when did 62 centimeter offside VAR happen to everyone? I can't lie. You know what I said on the watch log? You could have parked a car between Porro and Diaz, and you probably could have fit a car in there 100%. Big up to Mahmoud says, the VAR guys, they were not watching the game. They were busy playing Scrabble. I can't lie to you. When they came out and they said that we thought that the on-field decision was goal, it's either one of two things. They think we're stupid or they're stupid. Because Diaz didn't celebrate and the guy was doing this with his flag. How did you think it's a goal? It's mad. If there is transparency, why they're not releasing the audio, this is match fixing at its finest. 100% there's no transparency. If there was transparency, they would have released the audio and these people would have been humiliated publicly if they really thought it was on-field decision goal, Abu Bakr. But they're full of shit. Big up to Abdullah says, yes, it happens to everyone, but we have to have the technology to make that not the case. I don't give a shit if it was Spurs or anyone else. Completely agree, Abdullah. And this is why, once again, Liverpool escalating it to the PGMOL is a positive for everyone. They're saying fix up and screw your apologies. So I don't get why people are mad. Big up to you, Abdullah. Egal, you won 4-0 and you're still getting cooked. I can't lie. Flawless is right. You're Ryan 2.0. Flawless is never right about anything. Egal is not getting cooked. Egal is spitting facts. And 3/4 of the chat spam W's even when they don't support Liverpool, Fatur. Bro, imagine listening to Flawless 2023. Stopped watching NFL because it's like this. The worst I have seen. Damn. Big up the NFL. Big up Umar Rushdie says, I'll rob your account and say sorry, Hamza, accept it. Thanks. Big up to Momoyama, who says, how do I mute? Just Hamza, I can't. Zero football input. I can't lie. Today, Hamza shocked me. He said Jota should have been sent off and Diaz goal should have been given. Both, he shocked me when he actually made valid points. Big up to Play Simple, who I think is a Man United fan, given the profile picture. Refs are ruining it again. How can this game be entertaining? Are FA trying, or is this new age gameplay playing too hard to change what's here? Completely agree with you. And as I said, I've already mentioned decisions that haven't even went Man United's way that affected the game negatively. And I completely understand that it's not just Liverpool Football Club. Big up to you, Play Simple. Faraz says, just regarding Egal, for the fans' view of him, wow. Big up to you, Faraz. What's harder, Egal, breaking down 9-man string pool or 10-man Fulham? Ask the Chelsea fan.
Fulham are a very difficult team to break down. Some teams will struggle, but hey, some teams won't.
This guy, one win. Look at this smug face.
Two wins, actually. 2 wins.
Well, we don't count Carabao Cup. Thank you very much.
Oh, why is that? Why are we discounting victories?
So we're counting Carabao Cup wins. Fair.
Only when you
what's wrong with the Carabao Cup? What's wrong
First of
with
all,
that?
as the current holder of the Carabao Cup, there's nothing wrong with it. But I think he
Thank
only
you.
acknowledges it when he's on a double-decker bus and he's celebrating them with as a Mickey Mouse double. But,
First
you
of
know,
all,
it's
we
only
won the FA
Liverpool
Cup
things.
alongside this as well. Anyway,
I
big
said
up to
Mickey
Vic who
Mouse
said-
double. Did you not hear that?
I said Mikel Arteta
One
full
goal
season
from
at Arsenal,
penalties.
not 6 months. Yeah, but then that surely gives Arteta more credit because he won an FA Cup before it even got to a first full season. So I don't know, Vic.
Hey,
why
some teams can't win away in London. Some teams can.
Fair enough. LFC, Rob, not gonna lie. See, CFC as well. However, it's a league issue and fans need to stand against it. Lewis, we need to hit that 40 mark fast. Staffy, don't waste your time. And Egal, big up to you, Pirate. Thanks so much for the super chat. Big up to Asuni, who says, Sam, can you say, mate, I'm a nice guy? Bro, at the watch along, I can't lie to you. I know people who went and watched back that whole 2 hours of the watch along because I lost my mind. Like from the Curtis Jones decision to the end, my head was gone. The super chat that couldn't be put up on the screen. Big up to Muhammad M, who says, everyone laughing at us now, but once the changes come in from our reaction to the errors, others will benefit. Won't be laughing then. Everyone should thank us because the pressure on the PGMOL is real right now. If the Liverpool escalation actually causes change, then by definition, it's going to affect everyone positively. So it's not just us that will benefit, everyone will benefit. Meaning, fix up, screw your apologies, which I think everyone should back. Anyway,
we have to say
final
thank you to
segment.
Liverpool fans.
Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go because Mo's
Big up.
here. As
Big up,
Sam
Sam.
said, stay on the show anyways. The show's gonna redirect you to my channel. Make sure you're smashing the likes here. Make sure you're subscribing if you're new. Subscribe to all of these guys. And when you switch to my channel, because we'll be mid-convo, make sure just when you tune in, hit the like right away so you don't disturb the show going on. Big up for having me, guys.
Facts.
Lewis, I'll see your ass down here next week because I will be here.
Yep,
I'll
bro.
be waiting
I'll
for
be
you.
back. I'll be
Hamza,
back.
if you
don't
want to be
worry.
back, listen, there's a guest room. So you can stay
Listen,
here. I'll
I'm
give you the
coming
guest
out
room.
this place.
I
I'm just staying here.
I just
I'm,
give
I'm,
Lewis
I'm
back
making
his
my way
room.
to Europe. Yeah.
Lewis's closet
Germany.
is there. His clothes are already there, so we don't disturb. I'll give you the guest room. Peace, guys.
Big up, Staffy.
Unlock
Big up.
Staffy.
So look, final segment. We've been going for a long ass time. We don't want to go for any longer. A big up to everyone in the chat. As he said, look, everyone who sent in a super chat, everyone who followed me on Instagram, I'll give you a massive shout out at the end. Make sure you guys are liking. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Lewis keeps saying it. Egal saying it. Hamza says it. Staffy says it. Final segment. We don't want to leave these guys because this is like Eid because Chelsea won. So yeah, get the likes up, subscribe. Chelsea Arsenal segment together. We're gonna hear Egal's opinion. We're gonna hear Lewis's opinion. You know, and now I told him it's not Poch's fault. I want to see his opinion now. This fraudulent human being. But anyway, now
What
that
do you mean
Staffy's gone,
fraudulent?
now that Staffy's gone, I can finally do this. Happy everyone.
Let's
I'm on the
go.
bottom row.
There you go.
This is listen, equality. I'm not a liar. I said losers on the bottom row. I'm here with my brother Hamza because we both lost. Big up to you, Hassouni, man. So you know what it is? Because he won. Lewis, you're welcome. Cole Palmer is your best player. Answer this, Lewis.
Thank you.
As you're
Thank you very
explaining.
much. What a beautiful
As you're explaining and talk
player.
to us about Broya as well, because the guy asked about him earlier on. So big up to you, AJ. So, Egal, you won against Bournemouth, but wallahi, this guy haram, he never win. Let him start. So,
Yes,
Lewis, tell
please.
us your thoughts
I
on
need
Chelsea.
this. I need this because wins at home against Brighton have been difficult for some people in the panel, as well as wins away in London. But we're able to do both in the same week. It's been weird. 2 wins back to back. I still don't really know how to process it, but I like this feeling. We're actually scoring goals early in games, and the defensive mindset is fine now because now we're defending a lead. We're not defending a draw. The things have felt good. It's felt really good. The first half against Brighton was a little bit shaky, but we persisted. We got a goal. There should have been a second. It was offside, but it is what it is. We still got the victory. Fulham, I have no complaints. Absolutely no complaints. We took our chances early. We dominate the midfield. Caicedo and Enzo look exactly like the £250 million that we spent on the pair of them. Conor Gallagher, I'll talk on him because you think I've got some fat Gallagher agenda. I'll speak on him. He was brilliant today. Amazing passing, which I don't speak about enough when it comes to him. Usually it's terrible. Today it was brilliant. He was making the right decisions on the ball. Stamina, as always, you already know what you're going to get with him. He's got the same energy at minute 95 as he does at minute 90. He was brilliant. Defense was solid. Sanchez had a brilliant save in the second half. For the first time in ages, I have no complaints. I have absolutely no complaints. Everybody was excellent. We did start the first half a bit slowly, but we took our chances. And yeah, Fulham are mudded. It's good to finally win a West London derby. Please just beat Burnley and please just carry on this momentum because everything after Burnley is just, it's
The
long.
Burnley win is the last
long.
one you're seeing till December 16th.
We will see, man. If we get another win against Burnley, maybe we can be a bit confident, but we need to see the results against the big teams first.
Do you know
All I have
understand
to
my
ask
logic
is that
why
you
I don't
start
think it's
winning.
Poch's fault?
We
You
play you
get
in a
my
couple
logic
weeks'
now?
time.
You just took your chances
What?
today. That's it.
No, because it was still Poch's fault for being defensively minded in games that we should have been trying to win. He's to blame for that. But now it doesn't matter when you're 1-0 up and then you start to become a bit more defensive. Like the second half against Fulham, we took our foot off the gas. It wasn't the same intensity, but we're 2-0 up. I don't care. Go do that if you want to do that. That's fine. I'm comfortable. We'll hold on to the lead. There's a difference in terms of where the game is at. When you're doing that at 0-0 against a Bournemouth side that hasn't won yet in the league, that's embarrassing. When you're doing it and you're 2-0 up at halftime, go for it. I don't care. So it's different. But
Okay,
yeah, it's
okay.
glad to win.
Mudrik's first goal. What are you saying on Mudrik now?
Bro, Mudrik's been our best forward the last few games. I've been saying it. I'm just glad he's finally got a goal for himself. He did struggle a little bit in the first half. I won't act like he was excellent all game, but he got a chance. He took a chance. I don't say that about my attackers enough. So I already see positives with that. For a player of his development, you're still going to have ups and downs with him, but he's finally getting a run of games and he's looking better than everybody else right now. So again, I can't really ask for much more from him. Just keep it up because there's going to be tough fixtures coming up and I need to see who steps up. I'm very interested to see who steps up and who hides. So we will find out a lot about this team in the next few weeks. Right now, I'm just glad to finally start winning some games. And by the way, yeah, Cole Palmer, I can't not speak about him. That guy is ridiculous.
And Broya while you're out.
Hamza, how are you telling me this guy is as crap as you've made him out to be the last few
my
weeks?
standards,
I do not understand it.
I'm eating on tables with Madrid and Bayern Munich. And so when I eat
You
on
talk
there,
about him like he's a
you
bum.
ask me to give you a little cookie. The cookie might taste nice, but for me, the standard is high. Listen, he is not. I tell you what, Lewis. Yeah, you know when I'm seeing KDB, Bernardo, Rodri passing the ball, I see greedy.
I hear that, but you talk about
when
him
I see
like
that
he's
standards going
crap.
down, I'm thinking, listen, he's good, but he's not good enough for me. I'm sorry. He's good enough.
No. I understand that, but like, there's a way you speak about him. You spoke about him like he was crap, and we just ordered us out 45 million. There's a difference to it.
I want game changers. He's not better than Doku, I believe, 100%.
No, I agree. That's why he left. That's why he left. I understood why he left.
And also,
but you said like you just robbed us of money, and he's not going to amount to anything.
Okay, you'll see. 45 million for me is good enough. I don't think even Sam and everyone here believes that I got good money from him.
I don't know, man. I think this was a brilliant transaction, potentially on both sides, but we got a great player. We got an unbelievable
I hope he does
player.
well. He's a great
his
kid.
decision making, his mentality is excellent.
He's great.
I couldn't ask for more from the first few games.
I tell you why. Listen, the reason is, Luis, he's come from City. Imagine who he used to train with. So he comes to your club. He's gonna stand out because he was training with great players. Like no, he's not.
It's not like that.
You right now.
That's his own ability.
Let me give you an example.
He's come into a messy Chelsea side and instantly stood out.
Let me give you an example. Yaya Toure in Barcelona. He was training with Xavi Iniesta. When he came to Man City, we were like, wow, because we used to see Steven Ireland, and we used to see people like Michael Johnson. Now we're seeing Yaya. We're drooling.
That's so disrespectful to Chelsea. So disrespectful.
It's crazy, bro. Like Mason, he was that bad, actually. You know what? Fair enough. Run it. I just keep run it. You know what?
He's good. I like Chelsea.
It's cool.
Fair.
But Palmer is nowhere near as bad as you make him out to be. Nowhere near. He's unbelievable.
I want him to do well. He's a good kid.
Hamza, there's a question for you here. I don't know what this is. This is Somali food.
Huh?
Did your friend invite you with this?
I'm Bulo. This guy's a bad word. You're a fraud. Listen, I was having nice yogurt, a nice thing, man. Custard, a little custard, a bit.
Big up to you, Hassouni. I think Chelsea just scammed City too. Kova for Palmer. And
Bro.
then Blaze is mocking what Hamza's saying. He's saying, the standard is high with Calvin Phillips, Kovacic, and Nunez. Matthias.
No, Phillips has to. Phillips, no, my standards.
Bro, they were all terrible.
You know my standards. He's been linked with Arsenal now. There's rumors that Arsenal won it. I swear.
I'm not fooled. I'm not fooled by that source. Read the source.
I saw it.
Read the source.
Bro, I don't know.
Fucheches in Portugal.
You're
telling me Fucheches in Portugal know anything about
coming for my players. You
Nah.
love coming for my players. So
Nah, that's BS. That's BS. But listen, I'm just gonna say this before we
go.
So
Egal, talk to us about
Arsenal. Chelsea. Let me just say
oh,
this
no
on
problem.
Chelsea.
Say about Chelsea and then
we play Chelsea in 2 weeks' time. If they win against Burnley, I'm gonna see if they can get some form. Because right now these guys still have 11 players out. We haven't seen the true Chelsea. That's the honest truth. So I'll give them credit. They won today, but I haven't seen enough from Chelsea consistency-wise this season to say that they've turned a corner yet. So let's
look how happy Lewis is, top row.
I agree. Hey, I'm just happy to be here. I might be back in the bottom row next week, so I'm just trying to enjoy it.
You can't lose to Burnley, bro. Surely you drop points against
you
Burnley.
can't lose to Burnley. Come on.
You might drop points.
Just please win. Please win.
And
Keep
also,
winning.
Lewis, is it fair to say?
I'm not asking for much.
Is it fair to say Chelsea have not been playing terrible? It's just you guys can't score.
To an extent, but we've also had a habit of just accepting where we are and trying to protect the point. That's happened in the last few games, which is why I've been very critical of too. But I agree, finishing's been against us too. You can look at the Aston Villa game as a big example of that. So that's a fair point.
Yeah.
Egal. So, Arsenal 4-0 Bournemouth. What are you saying to the people?
Oh, I want to know what happened to Bukayo Saka's slow start. Man has 9 goals in 9 games, 9 goal contributions in 9 games. Hamza's talking about Super Phil Foden has 4. Rashford has 1 goal. You got people talking about Rodrigo, Ousmane Dembele. These guys are not producing at that kind of level. So big up my star boy Bukayo Saka. You got Kai Havertz. Everyone's onto Kai Havertz saying, "Oh, why doesn't he get?" You know what? Kai Havertz scored a goal. Yes, it was a penalty. The team gave it to him. But I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him. And I don't really care what you have to say about that. I think opening his account. I think opening his account and giving him confidence is very important.
No, I went for one of the biggest wonder kids in the world to be in handed a charity.
Guys, I don't know why you guys always do this. I find it very disrespectful. I let you guys speak when it's your time. Why are you guys cutting me off? What's going on? Where's your manners? Now let's continue. Martin Odegaard. When it comes to Martin Odegaard, he produces again, getting a goal, getting assists, doing his job. Ben White also adding to the goal sheet. But we have to talk about the whole team just doing their job. You got people coming off the bench like Emil Smith Rowe, showing the hunger, the desire to try to make a difference in the end of the game. And we have a really good squad. I thought going into this game we're going to have a lot of injuries, but it looks like we don't. And we got a midweek game in the Champions League, and we got a game against Man City next week. We're focused on that. But yeah, man, it's really nice to see a really good performance. 4-0 away from home against any team, especially lower down the table. You kind of expect those kind of performances, but it doesn't happen every week. So we sit back, relax, and enjoy the weekend, because a lot of people around us drop points. At least the people who mattered, like Liverpool and City, drop points, and so we're looking good on the table.
Damn, Man United holding that. Lewis, you watched the Arsenal game, so tell us just quickly, briefly, your thoughts before we wrap up.
I was just more fuming that we tried to draw against that Bournemouth team. They're crap. They're dead. But yeah, Arsenal just ran through them easily. I kind of expected them to. Like I said, Make-A-Wish first goal. That was hilarious. But yeah, is what it is. Odegaard looked very good. Declan Rice looked very good. Saka looked very good. Yeah, I just expected them to win, to be honest. I just thought it'd be entertaining to watch because there was goals, and I guess I got that at least.
Oh, by the way, I was going to talk about
Fair enough. Waves, 1 second, Waves. Let me snitch. Hamza was on a space saying Rodri's better than Busquets. Just to let you know, Waves, this guy was on that bullshit again. So anyway, speaking of the fraudulent Hamza, Arsenal, Chelsea. Just give me quick roundup thoughts in 2 minutes. If you want to go on Arsenal, you can go.
Chelsea, I took an L today, man. I normally play football on Monday. I thought, listen, I might be eating good again. So I decided to cancel my football life. First time I watched Monday, I thought, let me watch, and I'm going to definitely get Chelsea to lose this game. And they won. I can't believe I didn't go football. For Arsenal, listen, they won 4-0, but the only thing is embarrassing. What an embarrassment. Oh my God, I feel bad because I'm thinking Ronaldinho, Messi, the fan base were like shaka da na na what's that song? Havertz, because he scored a penalty. I thought,
Yeah, they
what
said
an
Kai Havertz scored again, and I was like, where was the
son.
first goal for it to
I
be
was
a
like,
game?
what
Like,
an
he scored once.
embarrassment. They were singing that song because they feel
Very
sorry
weird.
for Kai and he scored a penalty. That is the biggest embarrassment in world football. I spoke to Madrid fans and Barca fans on the weekend because we're talking about
Shame.
Girona.
Well, I
They
want
said,
to know, does
we've never seen an
anybody care?
embarrassing club than fan base like that. They told me this.
Nobody cares.
That's
bro.
embarrassment. All I
Wallahi,
say.
we won 4-0. Our player
Congratulations.
scored. The team backs him. This is a good thing. You want to see
Sympathy.
everyone back the player. People, Mikel Arteta asked for people to back Kai Havertz. This is what we got. We got the whole Bournemouth Vitality Stadium cheering his name. You could hear it on the TV the whole day. It's still stuck in my head to this moment.
It's like that.
I agree. Just be accurate. Just be accurate.
It's like
There's
that
nothing
kid
wrong
that's
with
got
Can't say
birthday
score
cake.
again when he hasn't even scored twice to score a game.
It's like that
No,
kid
he
that's
It's
scored in
not
the
accurate.
preseason.
Sam,
scored in
you
the
know that
preseason.
kid that's got a birthday and
You are
it's your birthday
shameless.
and you're
He scored in
blowing
the
and
preseason.
he's crying. And you'll be told, oh, don't worry, just let that kid blow that candle. That's Havertz.
Listen, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I kept it nice. Modric scored a goal his first time in 24, 25 games. I didn't bring that up. But you guys, all of a sudden, 4 games, what is it, 7 games as a midfielder. By the way, that midfielder at Chelsea who's close to 200 million pounds worth of midfielders that haven't scored a goal yet. But Kai Havertz
And have been excellent in the last week.
And guess what? Your boy also had a penalty.
Go for
it. Your boy also had a penalty against West Ham this season, cost you guys. So I'm just saying, this whole thing
go for Enzo or Caicedo. Shoot for them,
there's
please.
Nothing wrong with it.
I would love
By
to
the
hear
way,
it.
I seen ESPN FC were talking about it. What on earth are they talking about? Unprofessionalism to give a penalty to a player. These guys are pathetic. They don't know what they're talking about. You run your Arsenal agendas. You won't be able to
unprofessional. It's not unprofessional. It's not unprofessional.
By the way, Lewis,
we've seen that happen before. To be fair, we've seen.
It's just very undignified. It's not unprofessional.
How is it undignified? You guys gave a penalty. You guys tried to give your first goal to Enzo in a game when you needed to win, and you ended up drawing.
No, we haven't got a designated penalty taker. That's completely different.
Guess what? Kai Havertz has only missed one penalty in his whole career.
You have designated penalty takers.
The difference is Enzo has never taken a professional penalty in his life. Kai Havertz has only missed one penalty.
We didn't have a single penalty taker on the pitch when he took that against West Ham. That's completely different. I'm not saying it's your fault.
How is it?
I'm giving you the facts.
No, but how are people saying it's pathetic?
People on the top row fighting
has only missed one penalty his whole career.
Because man went from one of the biggest wonder kids in the world to having to take a charity penalty just to be able to put the ball.
He's not there's nothing wrong with that. If you have penalty takers,
but that's why they're saying it pathetic. They're saying his stocks have never been lower in the last 3-4 years. That's why they're saying.
You want to know something? I think people need to stop doing the goal analysis because there's games where Modric looked good even though he didn't score.
Well, you just tried to run that for Enzo. Okay.
No. That's true though. Am I wrong? I'm not.
You can't say don't go against the GNA analysis when you just tried to use the GNA analysis.
Bro, I'm literally showing you the hypocrisy in all these things. I'm from the beginning. I was always on this point where I was like, look at the performances. This is why no one talks about City players when they don't score goals. This is why no one's talking about Liverpool players.
It still doesn't change the fact that
you know that team is good. The agenda comes from people not rating Kai Havertz. He's changed his role from.
But that's not an agenda because he's genuine. He wasn't even good in the Bournemouth game. He wasn't good.
The difference is.
You man gave him player of the match.
Bro, at Chelsea, you guys were using him as an attacker. We're using him as a left midfielder. He's playing a different role, a deeper role. He's being asked to do a lot more defensive work. And people quickly will. I don't think people are going to change their opinions quickly on Kai Havertz. It's going to take a long thing. So similar to how Granit Xhaka, it took people a long time to even slightly change their opinion on him. I think it's going to be a similar situation with Granit Xhaka.
But Xhaka had good games. Like
Kai Havertz was being used as a striker at Chelsea. He was being used.
I'm talking about the Bournemouth game.
I'm not sitting here saying Kai Havertz is the best thing since sliced bread, but I'm merely saying even when he has good performances, people are just going to criticize him for no matter what.
No, it's because the bar's in hell when it comes to him for you guys. You gave him player of the match and he wasn't good.
It's like this kid. You know,
he was really good.
No, he
Not
wasn't.
playing.
Every
Bro,
time I
he was
watched him, he was
solid.
trying to.
You see
He was
this
trying
kid?
to make tackles
It's
and
that
lose the
girl's
ball. He was
birthday,
losing
but then
possession
he
all
blows
the
the
time.
cake.
He didn't look good.
What? It's like those kids that you're blowing the cake. It's not your
What do you
birthday.
mean he didn't look
What's wrong,
good?
man? You spot it.
He didn't
That's what
look
he
good.
did. Get out of here, man. And you tell
How
me
are you
it's
saying
your
Kai
birthday
Havertz didn't
still?
look
You're
good in the
lying to
last
the
game?
kid. It's not his birthday. He
Every
blew
time I
the-
saw him, he was losing possession.
This guy,
Excuse me?
shameless.
Every time I
Shameless.
saw him, he was losing possession. He didn't look good in that game. I don't know
Bro,
how
he
he
was
won player of the match
one
over like a
second.
Declan
He was
Rice,
dispossessed
over an
2 times.
Odegaard, over a Saka. They looked much better.
Bro, of course Saka and Odegaard are going to look much better than Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz
And
is not
how?
the best player on
And
the team.
I said you lot gave him player of the match for what when he was nowhere near one of your best
Bro,
players
the
in that
fans
game.
understand.
was funny.
Understand
Nowhere
the fans vote.
near.
1 second. The fans vote on
Liverpool
player of the
fans
match.
will never do
That doesn't matter.
So that backs my point that the bar's in hell with
the
him.
real player of the match was Martin Odegaard. Kai
So
Havertz
that
got
backs
the
my
online.
point that the bar's in hell with him.
Kai Havertz got the online man of the match. That doesn't mean nothing. My point
It's a
to what
fan
you were
vote.
saying.
Your
1 second.
fans believe that he was the player of the
My
match.
point to what you were saying. You said Kai Havertz gets dispossessed every minute. The guy got dispossessed 2 times in the 90-minute. What are you talking about?
Well, this is where stats lie because every time I saw him, he was losing possession. My eyes don't lie to me.
Bro,
I don't know how he won
EIGTH
player of the
lying
match.
to you.
Every
The
time I
stats don't
saw him,
back
he
it
was
up.
making weak-ass tackles. He was winning the ball and then losing the ball. He was making poor passes. He didn't look good at all.
Lewis, my point to you is stop judging Kai Havertz as a striker. Stop judging him as an attacking midfielder.
I'm not
Start
judging him as a striker or anything. I'm
judging him as
judging
a-
him by retaining possession as a bare minimum.
Start judging him as a midfielder. And if you're going to judge him based off that,
Yeah, he didn't
you're just gonna
retain
get-
possession. He wasn't making good tackles and he was losing the ball a lot. I'm not thinking
What?
of him as an
He
attacker.
wasn't making good tackles. Are you serious?
I've just seen him making weak
Are you
ass tackles.
serious?
Yes, I am serious.
Bro, you don't have to tackle the player to win possession every time. He won 5 duels. The man literally
I
did
saw him try and
the
make
man
tackles
literally
all
did
the time, and the
every
players were
time-
just going right
every time
through
he
him.
had a defensive action, he was on point. For you to sit here and to question his defensive output is actually a travesty. You're joking.
Bro,
haven't watched the game
you can
properly.
talk about the work rate. He had the work rate, but I'm talking about the tackling. The tackling was weak from what I was seeing.
Bro. You don't
Okay.
have to always tackle somebody.
Anyway,
to win
listen.
the ball.
Let's agree to
I
disagree.
don't care about the stats. I know what I watched.
Okay, listen. Let's just agree to
Listen,
disagree.
if you're
It's been
making a
2 hours
tackle,
and
you've already
15
messed up.
Well, he was messing up because he was making a lot of tackles.
Maldini said it himself. If you got to make a tackle, you've already made a mistake.
So he was making a lot of mistakes.
Hamza, if you're here, just come on camera because we're wrapping up. Big up to Vic who says Arteta or Di Matteo. I don't think you can say.
We got
that.
my UCL winner, Di
I don't
Matteo.
even know
I
why
get it,
people are
but like, come on, that was like a 6-month manager. Faraz says Hamza Man City heritage is built on fraud legacy? ? Hamza, are you here? Okay, he's not here. Big up to Bakr says Mount is the only one left out of the flops. I can't lie, Mount.
I heard he was decent on Saturday.
No, there you are.
I didn't catch you now again.
Arsenal fans use Shakira song for Havertz. That's disrespectful to Shakira. I feel sorry for the Shakira fan base. Shakira. Oh, baby.
I find it funny
Shakira.
that Chelsea fans keep talking, but Kai Havertz has the same amount of goals as every single player on your team except for Sterling.
Mudryk has more goals in October than Arsenal.
Because we haven't played yet.
You're
Hey.
so shameless. You're so shameless.
By the
I'm
way,
just
Kai
naming
Havertz
stats.
has the same amount of
Naming
goals
stats.
as Kai Havertz has the same amount of goals as Chelsea in September.
Yeah, Sam.
Same
And you
amount.
guys played
Yeah.
7
Yeah,
games.
Hamza, we're ending. Habib. Come.
Yeah.
Chelsea in September is a very low bar though. So if you want to
Anyway,
go there, that's fine.
Egal, you want
We
to know
didn't even
something?
win that month.
It's your opinion.
That's your
Big up
opinion.
to you. Big up to Danny who says 2 incoming losses in the Premier League for Woolwich. Get ready, Egal. We will see. Inshallah. We'll
Who?
speak on the
Who?
game when it comes. I think he means City. New says Kai is a great penalty taker and was solid against Bournemouth. People just have agendas, lol, loser behavior. And then he says, lol, you think Odegaard cares about not getting player of the match? Kai was given player of the match for confidence, obviously. Rival fans are just being weird for no reason. Anything
Tell
to
him.
say to that?
Was in hell.
Yo, Lewis,
Listen,
you know
big
we
up to you,
play.
New.
Lewis, we play you on October 21st. We're gonna come to the brothel and beat you guys.
Oh,
If you lot don't beat us, if you lot even draw, you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Oh,
So
I
go for
100% agree. Liquidate the club if we draw.
Fair enough.
Cool.
And listen,
Cool.
on that bombshell right there, let's just wrap up the video.
Remember
this
that.
long ass video,
Liquidate
man.
the club.
Hamza, you're losing
Liquidate.
too. Don't worry.
This has been one long ass video, man. Big up to you guys. Big up to Fatur, Abu Bakr, Winter Surfer, Vic, Abdullah. Big up to Andy. Big up to New. Big up to Mandy, Blaze, Hassouni, Don Yasser, JK, CFC Pirate, Omar, Faraz, Onana, Will Stewart. Big up to James. Big up to AJ. Play Simple, Felipe, Momo Yame. Big up to Danny. Big up to Cave for the super chats. Big up to every single person who sends in a super chat. All the people who have shown us all the relevant support. We're going to go around the lovely panel. They're going to let you know where you can find them. But before you leave, remember to stay on the video so it redirects you to Staffy's channel. Egal, my brother, 5-star performance today. Where can people find you?
Egal Talks Football. As I said, if you guys aren't already sick of seeing my face, you can check me out on there. I'm gonna be doing a bunch of shows tomorrow. We got Champions League, so we're gonna be doing a match reaction later that night. And of course, you can check me on my TikTok, Egal Talks Football TikTok, and also on my on my Twitter, EGTV Egal.
Big up, Egal, man. Lewis, my brother, fully booked out tomorrow because they thought you were gonna lose. Where can people find you?
Gonna be live with Rance and Saeed tomorrow. Also going to be running Shameless FC, but check out the Fulham review, which will be live at 2:30 tomorrow in the afternoon. So check that out, people. And yeah, big up. We finally won a game. Let's go.
Right here, carefully, Lewis G. Big up to you. Hamza, finally, where can people find you?
You can find me.
Bottom row, Hamza. Allah, so disappointed.
I'm going to be doing more regular show, man. I haven't done it because I've been busy at work, but I'll start doing it. Listen, opportunity of you seeing me defending my 4th league titles again. I'm probably winning the Champions League back to back. Wow.
Big up to you, Hamza. Listen, everyone's channel is in the link. Go and into the description. Subscribe to all of these guys, man. Hamza Talks Ball, Carefree Lewis G, Egal Talks Football. All of you absolutely elite people, man. This A-Listers is one of my favorite shows, if not my favorite show to do all week long. Love, Habibis, and we will see you guys tomorrow, inshallah. Forza Galatasaray. Peace out.